Hello.
Welcome to the Valentine's Day episode, everybody.
It is technically
Love
Valentine's
is in the
Day
air.
episode.
What else is in the air? John Matt?
COVID.
Oh, man. Oh.
You know what happens with COVID? You gotta stay 6 feet away. But not when you're snuggled up with your lover. John Matt? Thoughts?
I ate a flower.
He ate a flower.
Welcome to episode 8 of Adventurers Archive.
The worst part is he did.
A channel with a bunch of friends who play D&D. We don't have any different announcements tonight. I believe that
You get
Erica
floral out of your mouth.
has
Sorry?
a question for everybody here on the table.
Yes, our question for the week is, what did your character want to grow up to be when they were a child? No wrong answers. No wrong answers. Brian, start.
Rothgar.
I definitely think Rothgar wanted to be like a beat cop, you know? Like just hang out on the corner, like giving like just really petty citations, thinking he was like doing like a huge service to the city. But really he was just kind of working a 9 to 5. All the donut shops knew him. And he kind of got put on leave because he pushed a toddler. Because he thought the toddler was stealing.
That's really in depth, very specific.
That's what he wanted to do as a child. That's what he thought about doing growing up. So.
Marrow doesn't remember his childhood, but right now he switches back and forth between wanting to become Rothgar, or one time he saw a picture of a dinosaur, so he does kind of want to be a dinosaur.
What kind of dinosaur?
He doesn't know what it was.
Oh.
Jam, are dinosaurs actually in this world?
Yes. Maybe.
We gotta look at the history books. We'll get back to you.
We're gonna go on an
It's
archaeological dig.
Can we call like
Only
something that's not a
Triceratops.
dinosaur a dinosaur?
A Triceratops.
Like you probably saw like a picture of like an iguana and you're like, that's a dinosaur.
That's what dinosaurs look like.
Checks out. Talia, excuse me, she probably wanted to be a mom and wanted to have kids and have a husband and live a normal life and be a little stay-at-home mom and bake things.
Ooh, a
And she
baker.
used to pretend to do that when she was a little girl.
Can Talia bake now?
Talia can bake now.
How come she's never baked for the party?
We're never in the position for her to whip her book out and make some brownies or something.
I would love to be in a position to see you whip it out.
We gotta get there. Okay, all right. I share that sentiment.
So,
Why he's standing right at that camera? I know he is.
on that note, Takashi grew up really close with his grandfather, who was a farmer. So, kind of wanted to become a farmer, but
Aww.
had different life choices.
What would you
Like
farm?
Grandpa.
Definitely carrots.
Carrots.
It's the only thing his grandpa grew was just carrots.
So
You
would
have a rabbit problem?
No, surprisingly.
Would you and
Not one rabbit on site.
Yeah.
really? None of them,
Not a single one.
Connor, your turn.
Go.
Alright. Powder wanted to be a geologist
Aww.
because he loved rocks as a kid. He loved looking at them.
I like
Stop,
bugs.
that's the cutest.
Bucks.
Havoc wanted to be the crash test dummy that you see in commercials and everything.
No.
They have those. They definitely have those. That's a real thing.
Do we have crash ratings
I mean, how else
in
do
this
you
world?
How else do you test wagons?
It's a wagon, whether or not
With the metal wheels, man, alright? You
With
gotta
the
test
metal
them,
wheels that just so happen to happen.
You gotta test if you can, slide off a cliff.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh my.
Absolutely.
Now, if you have a head-on collision, is it truly a head-on collision because the horses would hit each other in the head?
Yeah.
Is that why they call them head-on collisions?
That's a lot of horsepower, Brian.
You would think it's scripted, but it's not.
Blake,
It's
go ahead,
just-
cut that.
It's just sad. Anyway, Connor, take us away.
Seeing as how Zendro is almost the equivalent of a child soldier, didn't really have any wants to be anything when they grew up. They just wanted
to be free.
Wanted to be free.
Grow up to
What do you want to be when you grow up?
I want to be free.
Yeah, pretty much.
Riley, what do you?
Yeah,
what did you want to be?
Yeah,
when
what you wanna
grow
be?
up?
Riley?
Huh?
In real life,
I
not
grew up in
game.
real life.
Yeah.
Yeah, as a kid, not now.
Gosh, initially a firefighter.
Aww.
Aww.
You have the red hair from
Do we have
Last
time to
Week's
say what we wanted to grow up as?
No.
Oh,
Sorry.
yes, sir.
Nope.
That would be a great question for next week.
No.
We got them planned out now.
Characters.
Okay.
Cool.
It'd
You
be
never said
cute.
what you wanted to be though. Oh,
You got
said
5 seconds.
firefighter. You
I
said
know,
initially
no,
a
we can do it all in
firefighter.
5 seconds.
What?
All right, everybody all at once, say it. 1, 2, 3, go.
Arachnophobia.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
The fear of spiders?
Okay.
He wanted to become.
It's a scary movie.
I wanted to be scary.
All
You wanted to
right.
be scary?
I failed.
You did. I'm sorry.
Well, instead of diving into Brian's past life and trauma,
Hello.
I think this would be a good point to bring us back in. Currently, last week on our last episode of Adventures Archive, we had first a calm week, which turned into a very interesting night for some. They began session, well, one of our characters began session by sneaking in to have a one-on-one conversation with a pastor. I'm sure that wasn't the intention, but he got a little counseling session for free. That doesn't happen a lot, so he should feel honored. Next, after that, our friends would head to Midtown, seeing that there was a wagon of some items being brought in. They would later find out to be Eurostone weapons, which the church had talked about rolling out to the whole continent to have a holy and safe year. Weapons that are supposed to be effective against fighting demons, supposedly. Along with this, General Tullus arrived, the royal knight, taking parts in the pilgrimage up to Mount Apollo in a few days. Had some conversation with the group. Talia thinks she knows General Tullus, but maybe she's just crazy. The rest of the party
Alright, cool.
recognize
That's
him as a standard of the realm, a protector. Well, some probably used to think was a protector, but as they're learning, might not be such a innocent protector. Next, we would kind of fast forward later into the night for this demonstration where only adults could go watch upon their new weapons showing up. 3 of our friends would sneak into the cellar of the church, finding a few things down in the basement. Some would be sketches and pictures, others would be a map kind of following their travels along the world individually. We would also have that cut a little short as they would hear somebody enter into the room above. And we would end session upon our friend Powder, Takashi, and Talia. Up in the top rafters, stadium seating, of course, because the church doesn't do it any other way. Watching this ceremony where most of the crowd saw that this weapon was used to break through a magical barrier on a little doe that was so blessedly given to them by what they would presume to be the gods. And instead, for 2 of our friends, saw maybe the truth of the situation in their eyes, as lightning would crackle on the southern sea and a nice backdrop. Our friends would see a loving daughter and mother killed at the hands of General Tullus, as Rubel stood in support of this action. Where we begin session tonight is indeed with our 3 adventurers that are up in the top of the stairs. The night's still dark. The crowd is currently in the process of cheering as they watch the doe being slain with this weapon that's supposed to protect them against magic users. It's a great find, a great discovery. Pastor Rebel is standing, just giving a little good old pastoral applause on the top step while General Tullus is down, currently sheathing his long, great sword. Outside of that, the sky's quiet. There's no sign of storms or anything nearby. You can't help but maybe wonder what it is you just saw. As almost a snap back into the moment. The night is yours.
Did you see what I just saw?
You saw that too, right? Did you see that?
The sword, right? You saw the sword that he had.
Yeah, but more to it.
No, that sword. Do you? I just saw that sword. How does he have that sword?
Talia,
What?
something else happened with the sword.
What happened? I didn't see anything else.
You remember the family we met before this? The family, mother, father, little girl with the...
Yeah, the little girl that came up to my leg. Yeah. What about them?
They killed her. And
At the very least, missing. If they're not dead.
they're
I'm
back.
pretty sure they're dead, though.
Talia's confused. You guys seem a little crazy. But the deer's dead. But you guys didn't notice the sword. You didn't notice anything particular about his sword?
The sword was something.
It was a nice looking sword. But
Something special with the sword.
Didn't look like a diamond sword to you?
And yeah, I just figured that was another thing of magic.
I don't know. She's still distracted. She recognizes that maybe you guys don't.
what's
know
so
what the
special?
significance
I
of the
mean,
sword.
what makes you so drawn to the sword?
I don't want to worry about it right now. We need to find the rest of our party,
We
probably.
need to regroup as soon as possible.
As the general audience is uproaring continuously in applause as you watch little trays of butlers begin to come out with fried fish on the tray as they begin to start serving the front rows and the second rows. You can tell that Pastor Rebel is about to give a sermon, if you will. If you'd like to stay to that, feel more than welcome. If not,
Are we able to inch down, but still be within earshot?
yeah,
Get
sure.
closer to where we need to
Yeah.
be?
So you guys begin to inch down the right side of the stands, and slowly, as you kind of pass one of the butlers, would you like some fish?
I take some fish. I'm not
Takes
passing
some
up
tongs,
fish.
gives you a fish. Yeah, of course. Fish.
All good, thank you. Thank you.
Of course. As he just kind of passes you, goes to row 4 and begins to make their way through.
Munching on that fish.
As you guys slowly begin to make your way out. Trying to go unseen, or...
I feel like unseen would be better.
I feel like seen would be okay. Because I feel like we'll be asked if we're not seen where we were. What do you think, Powder?
I think unseen at this point. We know what we saw and everything. We can vouch for
I'm
what
trusting
is.
you guys, even though I have no idea what you're talking about.
We try to move unseen, but not like, crouch down and like make it
Right,
very
I'm not being
obvious.
stealthy, but
We're not
I'm
being
being discreet and
Conspicuous.
respectful.
Sure. Even though you're not being stealthy, go ahead and roll me a stealth check, please, for eluding the eyes of...
I roll at disadvantage, just so you know.
Same here, and I got a 1. So.
I got
natural
2.
One, that one, a 2.
7.
You guys are in some clanky armor, alright? As you're clanking down the wooden rafters, bumping into people, you guys are noticed as a bunch of people are like, where are you going? They're like kind of trying to keep you to stay and enjoy what is about to be a beautiful speech from Pastor Rebel. But you guys cut out the right side and begin to head back towards the town. Within earshot, all you would hear is he begins to greet the congregation. They begin to go through normal church processions.
Perf.
Where are you guys heading?
Can we back up with the group?
Outside of town, right?
Where outside of town?
We looked. Where did we look at? Didn't we talk? They went around the back of the church.
Mm-hmm.
I would say we would go in that same direction to stay away from the crowd or anybody lingering.
Sure.
If anybody has a better idea.
Go back to the inn.
You want to go back to the inn?
Back to the inn.
Did we agree to go back to the inn? I can't remember.
Nope, we didn't. But at this point, like, if we go back to the back of the church,
Well, not the back of the church, but like the forest area.
we don't know about that they went into the forest.
I thought that we talked about that,
We did not.
but I don't remember.
That was a split decision from
To
them.
the inn.
To the inn.
To the inn.
To the end.
So the three of you begin to mosey your way through empty streets, honestly. Everybody is attending the service. They're excited. Takashi, roll me a perception check.
4.
Dang on.
It is a cute, quiet night, and Nocturna looks beautiful tonight.
Quiet night.
Our other three friends. What's it to you? You're making your way around town last week, checked.
We were heading back to the inn after our escapades.
Perfect. You guys make your way back through the empty town streets, once again sneaking past the eye of the guard back into the inn. You guys going up to the room where you guys staying down in the general common area.
I mean, Zendra's gonna go and just make sure the rooms are all good and anything we left is.
Mara will take a place by the just take a place by the door and just watch.
Sure.
Just kind
By the room door or the front door?
The front door.
Front door?
Yeah.
Got it.
Did you say we're in the common room or are we in
I was
one
gonna
of
say,
the
where did
bedrooms?
you three want to land? The common room or?
I will, like, motion for us to go back to the room, or to meet up to the room, and as I do, Powder will tell Meryl, please keep watch.
Well, yeah, that's why I'm looking at the door.
That's fair. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm sorry you're doing that.
Okay.
So-
I feel like I don't want to do it now. You told me to do it.
Okay. No, please.
Well,
No, please.
You're
please
very
keep
good at
watch.
watching the door. You
You're very good.
someone
should
told
be
me
the
not to
person.
watch the door.
Don't watch the door.
I'm gonna watch the
Okay.
door.
All right. Wonderful.
All right.
The other five of you head up to the room as Marrow is left at the front door.
Is that the door we wanted him to watch? I thought we wanted him to watch the door. We're gonna be behind.
Oh my god. Peek the head out the room. Look to see what door Meryl's watching.
I was staring directly at the front door of the tavern.
That's exactly what he said he was doing.
Just close the door.
Oh my. As Marrow is left suspectingly alone at the front of the tavern, which you're assuming nobody's going to be entering considering most of the town is busy, the five of you in the room are here. The room's the same as you left it. Sheets little unkempt, armor, everything back where it was.
All right. How'd it go on your guys' end?
I mean,
Pretty good.
Did
Pretty
you
good.
guys find the secret?
we didn't go through the office and find the book. We didn't do that. We just went from the cellar door.
We went through the
Oh.
back door.
We did a little shimmy shammy on the cellar door, got in and out. You know what I'm saying? We
We were very quiet. I'm very good at sneaking.
well,
You are very good at sneaking.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm glad you got to show that off.
I mean, if you got it, flaunt it, right?
I feel really good for you right here.
Did you find anything?
We found lots of things.
Okay, just
We found
Was it-
we found prisons. We also found
Yeah.
bricks. We also found cobwebs. We also
there were
Found,
3
like-
cells, one of which had a demon in it.
oh yeah, we found
A demon in it?
We found the demon.
Under the church?
Yeah, we put a token
No,
down
sorry,
there.
we were talking about the cellar. Yes, under the church.
She's not the
Stop.
she's not the quickest. This one, you gotta give her a
No,
little.
she's plenty
a
quick.
little-
She's just in denial that the church could be doing.
She's what?
In denial.
She doesn't look wet.
Talia leans over.
in the Nile.
Then we found another cell that was empty. And then we found a third cell with some interesting information. Seems like someone's been tracking us.
They've been tracking all of us.
Oh.
They got things marking where each of us have been on the continental map.
There was 7 though, and
Well,
I don't.
obviously Mordecai.
It was definitely Mordecai. I'd known that the whole time.
It was a map of us being
And
tracked.
there were
Yeah.
there were drawings of all over the room. It's
The first cell had a demon body, and we dropped a token. The second
Oh, you
cell
guys dropped a
was
token
empty.
for Mordecai. That's smart.
The third cell had a desk with skeletons. It had a map of a Kranos and a note out of the journal, too. Also 2 weeks.
we found that General Tullis and Pastor Rebel Lovecraft have been in contact about this girl,
Yeah, but they got it though.
but then she escaped.
Yeah.
Which girl?
I don't know. I'm assuming this is the person they had locked up in the cell.
Oh.
But they said they needed to do experiments on her.
That's awful.
So.
Do they have any clue where she escaped to?
No, there was only 7 ribbons.
There was only 7.
You were 1.
How do you know I was one?
Well, they've tracked each of our journeys
How do we
from
know?
what we know.
Yeah.
How do we know this?
Well, from what we
Deductive
know about each
reasoning.
other's different journeys, I mean, it was pretty a safe assumption. I mean, not that any you guys maybe know where I've been or whatever, but I've got a general idea of where each and every one of you have been up to Earthrun, so.
Yeah, but the last little bit they all were on the same path, so that's why we can assume.
So
Except for you, because you ran away, but...
I mean, no, he's still in town. It just marked the town,
They've been tracking our path.
So, I think it's safe to assume that whoever this girl is that escaped, maybe she's got the power of prophecy or something, Maybe that's why they had her locked up.
My only worry is if it's not the girl, then they could have been tracking us going into the cellar.
This could just be me not having all the information, but to me it seemed more big picture.
How were they able
They're
to
just
know
seeing
where we were going?
See, I don't know if it's them or if it's the girl who was in the cellar
Oh.
and able to somehow have this and maybe she sees things and
that's
that's
a
how she knows, and
pretty-
that's why she escaping is such a big problem for them and why they're sending people after her. And because of this, they also asked for General Tullis to come to town.
That's why General Tullis is here, is to find that girl.
I don't know if it's to find her specifically, but they said that she escaped and to send General Tullis. They said they were sending guards after her, though.
Yeah, all of them.
So,
So they think that maybe she went back up to Mount Apollo? Is that why he's doing the pilgrimage, you think?
it could be. Or maybe it's just a different reason that somehow is happening at the same time.
I'm curious to know how that girl or somebody was tracking all of us if we were all coming from different places.
That's fascinating. And why specifically us?
Yeah.
That paired with the dream. There's something bigger going on here.
Yeah.
On our side, we watched the ceremony happen. It wasn't a human execution. It was deer, I believe, that they lost initially, but ended up running back after a large lightning crash in the far off distance.
Yeah, there was a really big strike of lightning off the beach in the South Seas. It was kind of coincidental that it happened. And then the little deer came out.
And they slayed the deer, obviously. Talia got very intrigued about the weapon for some reason.
It was
Was it
just one I hadn't seen. It's not a very common sword, so I was very surprised to see General Tolis of all people that had one.
What could you describe about it?
I can describe what it looks like. It was a diamond sword. It was a really big yawn.
We've been talking for hours.
So, I mean,
Those are very common.
Somebody roll me a history check, please.
You got an 11.
11. I mean, even with your history, you would know that typically diamond swords is maybe but 10 or 12 of them in the world that have been made. You know that each king possesses one, along with they would typically be gifted to members of the royal family of House Orosi.
I remember learning about those as a kid.
Yeah.
They really only made like about 10 or 12 of them.
Yeah,
And
there's
they-
not very many.
And the cool thing though is that they were typically like given to like esteemed family members of the crown.
Yes, there is for sure.
But only like typically like in the Orosi family.
Hmm.
Yeah, so they're pretty rare. So how we got one, like, does he know them?
I don't know. I mean,
Did
he
you-
does come from Stonespell.
do you know if maybe General Tullis married into the family?
No, he did not.
I've heard that the
I mean, you
crown
saw the lady.
princess
He
is-
saw the lady he rolled up with. She was not a princess.
Are you sure that's his wife, or what if that was like his servant?
The Pumblebump family, right?
Yeah.
What if that's his servant? You know, the Pumblebumps.
Would I know the Pumblebumps?
You do not know.
Okay, cool. I like their name though.
I've heard that the crown princess is
I got
of marrying
a
age
14.
You all relatively know that you have heard that Larry Pumblebump has taken over Aldervane and is the new lord there.
I would know that, huh?
Yeah, Larry
That's
Pumblebump is the new lord of
Great. I'm glad I know that. Write that down.
Pigeon Forge.
Pigeon Forge.
Oh, going to the national park.
Fascinating.
So, I mean, do you guys notice anything about this diamond sword? Do you guys know any? I mean, obviously they're rare.
Look, if you guys didn't even see it, maybe it wasn't a diamond sword and I'm just seeing things.
I don't want to dismiss you.
I was gonna say, you said you saw something else and it didn't make much sense to me.
We'll get to that.
What did you? What?
One
What
quick-
else?
One quick note I do want to point out while I'm thinking about it is the fact that you said that the general was acting. Never mind. I'm misremembering. Let's see. From watching, there was a brief moment of weirdness. You remember the family we were interacting with beforehand, the one you made very good friends with?
Oh yes, absolutely. The Pumblebumps.
No,
The
not the Pumblebumps.
Button family when we were walking.
Oh,
to
the Button
event.
family,
Yeah.
not the
Yes.
Pumblebumps.
No.
Excuse me.
Cute little kids.
Yeah, I gave one of, or you gave one of them a knife.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I told them that when you stab, you twist and then pull.
Yep.
I remember.
So, while I was watching the ceremony, it seemed as if time stopped for a second. The little girl ran up to the stage and tripped and hit her head pretty hard.
Mm-hmm.
The mother then came up to her, attempting to heal in front of the stage.
Oh no.
And as she was healing her, they somehow just walked over and executed both the mom and the daughter.
They killed them,
She used magic right in front of both of them.
She
Correct.
did.
Oh no.
and you guys just let that happen. You didn't do nothing about it.
We were up in
Like-
the stadium seats.
Like he said, it was essentially like frozen in time.
I didn't even see
You
that.
couldn't move, but you remember.
Did anybody else see it?
I witnessed it. I could not move at that moment.
To our knowledge, we're the only ones that saw it.
Oh my gosh.
It could be an illusion. However, after this all happened and time kind of resumed, I did see the father and the son looking around pretty frantically.
Yeah, because the daughter and the mom just got murdered, and you just let it happen.
I could not move at the time. If you're chained, can you stop something?
Absolutely, you just be unchained. They call you Django sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, I can.
My point being is that
I
in
don't
those
fault you
circumstances,
guys. There's nothing you could do, and I'll believe you on that. But I think this kind of proves
So
some
we
of
know that
our
what we need to do then.
thoughts and beliefs that if people can be executed for simply using simple healing magic, anyone
It
who
shouldn't
believes
happen
any of
like
these
that.
lies of the church are obviously on the wrong side.
So we need to exact justice is what I'm hearing.
Not justice, vengeance.
Vengeance, justice, dessert, I don't care what you call it.
a family. We've all been tracked to this point in time. We've had dreams of a prophecy of somewhat going down and swearing allegiance to this pastor. On top of that, they have some sort of time freezing magic of some sort. This mission's starting to sound more and more dangerous.
Sounds like we should maybe get out of town while we can.
After the pilgrimage, sounds like a good idea.
I think we should maybe not chance the pilgrimage, but I've thought that since before.
I mean, you have every chance not to go. But for some of us, it's a non-negotiable.
So what do we do? There's a chance that we're tracked at every step. There's a chance that we could just instantly die without being able to react.
I'm still of the belief that the girl they've lost is the one who was somehow able to keep track of our locations. So without her under lock and key now, they don't know our location. So if we were to leave and head somewhere else, they would be steps behind.
However, if they did recover the girl, they would then recover her location once again, would they not?
Yeah, but
So we
are
need
you saying we need to find the girl then?
we need to take out the people that are using the girl.
From what it seems like is there's people who can use the girl, but if different people find her and find out what she can do, who's to say they can't use her either?
We have three options at this point, as I see it. We either go on the pilgrimage and continue on and confront this at some point of what we choose. We find this girl, I imagine, tonight, because if we don't, then we're going to have to attend the pilgrimage. It's not like we can all bail at the same time. Or three, we can turn tail and run and retreat and try to figure out a new strategy. Those are three options. Unless someone has a better plan.
Upon you giving the group those options, we're going to jump to Mara real fast. As he's standing watching the front door from the inside of the building. Are you peeking out front, or are you literally just watching the front door?
Well, I'm watching the front door. I also want to set the scene. My bag that has bone in it, my tadpole right now, is somehow been shifted to the back. Marrow does not know that, so he is trying to cry, but cannot produce tears. So Marrow is sobbing. It's empty.
I also like to think your character is just not watching the front door. He's like, this is the front door, this is him.
I'm as close as I could possibly get. I didn't move a table or anything. I imagine there's picnic tables in here, but I...
So you're like dry crying.
Yeah, I'm just...
And as you're doing that, you feel the door kind of open up to your face as it kind of hits you. Just, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Marrow, as you see Gullion standing over you. Are you okay? As he kind of goes to help you up off the ground.
Yeah, I'm fine. I lost my bag.
Where are your friends? Wait. Sorry, you lost your what?
My bag.
You lost your bag?
Yeah.
Where'd you lose it?
I don't remember where it was.
Is it this bag? He kind of points to it.
I turn around. It's connected to my body, so I don't see it. What bag?
Where are your friends?
They're, I'll walk you to them.
Are you okay?
No.
People generally aren't that direct with me. That's all right. Is there something we can talk about, or?
Yeah, my best friend did them. My bag had my best friend in it.
Marrow, he kind of pulls around the bag around your body to the front of you.
Oh my god, my bag! Oh no, I thought I lost. I'm so sorry. I swear I'll never lose you again.
Marrow, will you take us to your friend?
Oh yeah, the upstairs. Start walking upstairs. We're walking up the stairs as loud as I can. Yeah, we're walking up the stairs right now. My friends are in this room right here.
You guys definitely hear him.
I'm sheathing my sword.
I think Marrow's coming up the stairs.
As you guys get to the door together, he goes, "This,
Yeah, you going first.
of course."
Yeah.
Come in.
Hello. He kind of opens the door and just kind of hello, pokes his head in.
Gullian, hey, how are ya?
I'm doing well.
You wanna come in?
Personally, I don't have a lot of time.
Are
The
you
ceremonies?
ill?
No, I feel fine.
Oh, my condolences.
He said he felt fine.
He said he doesn't have a lot of time.
Oh my gosh, I appreciate it.
Okay, alright.
I just thought I'd let you know. The pastor, Loveheart, said that he felt a holy. I'm sorry. Lovecraft.
You
My
don't even know
apologies.
your own town.
I can't. You know, my
He's
boss,
losing his
Clearheart,
mind.
the pastor.
Lovecraft.
It's really
He
not
doesn't
hard.
have enough
It
time,
really-
guys.
it
Let him
really-
He's
finish.
terminally
Lovecraft.
ill. He doesn't have a lot of time. Let the man speak.
Listen, he said he's got a word from God, and the pilgrimage is being moved up to tomorrow. You guys are leaving early in the morning, 6 a.m.
It already was. Gullian, have you been drinking?
No, the pilgrimage was on Sunday. It's Friday.
No.
Oh wow, I
Yesterday
definitely thought
was
today was
Friday.
Saturday,
I
not
definitely
Friday.
think
No,
Saturday.
guys,
Gullian.
today's Friday. 'Cause the fish fries happen on Fridays.
The fish fry does happen on Fridays, you're right. We did get fish that was fried.
It's-
When we got to the tavern, they said they had fish fry last night, which is why there were so many drunk
It
people
was
in.
it was
Is
Thursday.
this whole town drunk?
Wow,
Gullian,
crazy. So,
Have
pilgrimage
you been
tomorrow
drinking?
morning, Sunday.
Or
No,
maybe they
Saturday.
are terminally ill.
All I'm saying is they moved it up a day.
Did he say why?
He said that he felt a calling.
Isn't that pretty odd? Like,
I mean, he's done it before personally. I mean, I don't think it's super odd. I just figured that you guys want to be there in the morning. They typically don't know. They'll announce it at the service, but I kind of saw the 6 of you slip away. You guys were clanking your boots really hard coming down the stands, almost as if you wanted everybody to see that you weren't there.
wow,
But
you guys
I had
must be
fish.
really bad at being quiet.
We are. Thank you very much.
You know who's really good at being sneaky?
I don't have a lot of time. I just want to let you guys know it's tomorrow morning.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No problem. Do you guys need anything else from Lady Clearheart before?
Do you need anything, my friend? Are you gonna be comfortable
I've
for the
been
rest
working
of
this
your
town for
time?
years. I feel good. Yeah.
As you're transitioning to the great beyond.
Could you do me a favor? Can you ask Lady Clearheart if she knows anything of some sort of temporal magic?
Yeah.
I
Of
don't
course.
think they use tempura batting for the fish. I think it's more of like a beer batter.
If you could, please.
Yeah,
That would be
yeah.
great.
Gullian, we do have one question.
Yeah,
though,
yeah, sure.
For you,
Why is he
that you
concerned
might
about
know.
the batter of the
Yeah.
fish?
Was there a large or just a group of guards that were sent out after somebody recently?
Not under my watch. No. Nothing that I have in my books, at least. I haven't sent anybody out or heard of anybody be sent out.
You heard of anybody missing?
No, we keep our numbers pretty strict around here, making sure that each town is properly staffed with a bunch of guards and whatnot. And I can't imagine that we'd be missing anything. But I'll do a head count for you tomorrow and let
What
you know
about
if we're missing any.
Anybody from the church? Has the church sent people out?
I don't have their books. I'm sorry. I only am over the Crown's guard.
Before you do go, out of curiosity,
Kind of looks over his shoulder as people are beginning to pour into the bar.
a question real quick.
Yes.
One last one. What happened whenever you took us to Lady Clearheart?
What do you mean when I took you to Lady Clearheart?
all happened?
I sent you guys up the elevator to go talk to her. She doesn't really tell me. She just, gives orders, and I do as she says.
We all got in the elevator and went up to her?
All 6 of you.
Why being so nosy?
Some of you went up the stairs, but I mean...
This man has limited time left in his life.
Do you remember which of us went up the stairs?
I'm gonna be honest, it's been a busy day. I remember this guy as he kind of notions over to Rothgar, but I mean, I personally don't have time for those little details in my head. It's busy running the town. I'm sorry, I must go. Kind of pushes Marrow in the door and kind of shuts the door behind them. As you guys begin to hear the boisterous noise of a bunch of people coming to drink and enjoy the after party here. It's no longer a quiet tavern, but a very loud one downstairs.
So what are we doing?
I'm sorry, because he had posed a question right as I cut him off, and then Ghislaine cut him off coming into the room. So your question, if you'd like to restate it to everybody, or the statement you had made to everybody.
We have 3 options. 3 options are either 1, and now it seems even more imperative that we make a decision here. We go up the mountain. 2, we search for the girl. Or 3, we leave town. Meryl will fill you in with the details a little later.
I'm used to being confused.
That's fair.
I mean, personally, I say we go up the mountain. I think that's what we said we were gonna do to the lady of the land, and I think we have to keep our word.
We go up the mountain. Meryl?
You're just gonna want to say yes.
Look. It looks like Tullius is going up the mountain to find whatever was in that cage. Or the cell. So I think following Tullius, maybe trying to be a step ahead of him, might be our best option. So if he's going on the pilgrimage, then I say we go on the pilgrimage.
Interesting. Talia?
If he's not here to get that crystal, this would be a really good opportunity for us to get it. Maybe split up. But I'll be going to Mount Apollo.
Takashi?
I just feel like we have a lot of unanswered questions, and as you witness, people are clearly dying, so I feel like we have no choice but to go on this pilgrimage and try to do all that we can.
Zendra, I'm pretty sure I know your answer, but I'll still leave the floor to you.
I don't really see a reason for us to go on this pilgrimage, but I still think our best bet is to somehow find this girl who knows stuff about us, but seems that's not the common sentiment.
I'm with you. I want to find the girl. I just think the pilgrimage is the answer to find the girl. I mean, why else would Tullius be going on a pilgrimage then?
That's what it sounded like to me. They called him in, and that's why he's going on it. She went up Mount Apollo.
I mean, that's clearly what the notes said. I have a photographic memory.
Really?
It's true. Sometimes he'll stand outside my door when I'm trying to sleep and just recite books.
So you have a photographic memory?
I
What were you
do
doing
see
3
pictures in my
years
head.
ago to this date?
I was dead.
Oh, we're quizzing him. Is that true? Were you dead 3 years ago?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
He really does have photographic memory.
I'm still not the biggest fan. However, if everybody, the majority of us is voting for us to go up the pilgrimage, we'll go up the pilgrimage. Some people are going to have to keep an eye on Tolis, though.
Well, trust me, I'll keep an eye on Tolis. A very close eye on Tolis. A very
We
close
understand,
eye on
Rothgar.
Tolis.
Wonderful.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
As the night begins to wind down, do you all stay in the same room together? Do the 6 of you go back to your individual rooms?
I'm gonna go to my own room.
I mean, Talia probably would feel more comfortable being in a room with another person.
Perfect, because I don't have a room.
Oh, great! You can just stay in my room. That worked out perfect. Everything's a little weird.
Might actually be a good idea if we all double up.
Well, you two can go together, them's two, and then me and Talia will go together. Because you guys are related.
We're not related.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not true.
I watch the door. No worries.
I can see the resemblance just standing here looking at you.
Why don't?
Yeah, see, look. He's
Why
got
don't
the ears and everything.
Why don't
No.
I
That feels
take powder?
offensive
That does
somehow.
feel
I'm not sure it is, but it just feels like it could be.
Why don't I take powder? Takashi, would you be okay with marrow?
I think I can handle marrow. Okay. As long as it's for tonight.
We'll trade off every so often.
All right.
Maybe.
Rothgar, you gotta do your turn as well.
I'm good not trading.
What do I do?
You too good?
Yes, we're fine.
I don't stink anymore.
I
Mordecai
know.
did the non-stinky thing with me.
Secretly in the back of her head, Talia needs alone time with Rothgar because she wants to talk to him about things. So she's what she
We'll
wants.
trade off every so often, you know, when no one.
Powder kind of snickers. Mary, are you sure you're gonna let Rothgar step on your girl?
Oh,
Rothgar, let's go.
show
My
yours.
bedroom's that way.
Okay. Wait,
Night.
wait, who? What?
All
Nothing.
yours, buddy.
The bed?
I
What?
give.
As you all pair off.
What are you giving me? I don't understand.
As you all pair
You never
off.
took nothing from me.
Oh my gosh. Pair off into your rooms. Any conversations you guys like that, please go ahead.
Yeah, I'm pretty much just gonna
Oh,
say
boy.
I'm just kidding.
Gee.
Can I help you with something?
Okay.
You what do you think about that powder, kid?
Oh, I like him.
The guy just seems a little. He's just. I don't know. He just seems like a different person sometimes.
How so?
One moment he's all sane and making sense, and the other moment he just doesn't make any sense. He just.
I've started to pick up on that.
I just feel like he's got anger issues. You know?
Well, you can
And
always...
I'm glad that he's found an outlet for it that is less explosive. But, you know. I don't know, I'm concerned having him in the party. He seems like a liability.
Oh, no. Nothing like that. If you were a liability, I think I'd be able to sense that type of thing out.
Yeah, you got like a eighth sense.
Exactly, yeah.
Just wondering.
Would you like to go talk to him? We can go
No.
knock on his
No,
door and
no,
talk
no.
about this right now.
That's fine. I don't need to sleep, so I'll just watch you while you sleep.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah. And I just stared at him.
I'm gonna try to sleep, but knowing that Marrow is just staring at me, I don't know if it'll happen.
I guess we'll see.
Love it. All right, Rothgar. You ready?
Is that in character?
That was Erica. That wasn't
Okay.
Talia.
You ready?
We're in the room. Talia takes her cloak off. She sits on the bed. Why are we all giggling like little girls?
Are you ready?
Yes.
Take cloak off.
My cloak, my hooded cloak. I'm wearing
Yo,
cloak.
you said cloak.
Cloak. Not my clothes.
I thought your cloak. I'm sorry.
You're the only person I can talk to about this right now. There's something very wrong. If what they saw is true, and he just executed that mom and that little girl, there's something very wrong happening, and I don't know what to do about it.
Well,
I just needed to vent to somebody that knows what's going on.
not literally, but I'm all ears.
I don't know.
I think I've never seen anything like this, especially growing up in the kingdom. But it was a very different kingdom than I grew up in than you did.
I know, and it wasn't like this at home either. Yeah, people got executed, but they did something wrong, and there was, a trial, and there was there were rules that you had to follow and people that you had to talk to and investigate, and not everybody was executed just for doing magic. They usually were executed for what they were doing with the magic. It doesn't feel right what they're saying happened.
It doesn't surprise me. From what I've seen and what I've heard, it feels like outside the four walls of the kingdom, these high-ranking officials, these guards, whatever you want to call them, they run ruthless. They just kill for fun at the drop of any magical whatever. There's no repercussions for them. They're guarded by the crown. No one is. They're guarded by the church. No one is higher ranking than the church, especially in this land. You know that better than anybody.
I know. But I guess I just didn't understand that they acted that way when they weren't in front of, I guess, everybody else that's in charge. It's just really, it's making me very uncomfortable because you know why I'm here. I mean, you know where I lived, what I was raised, like what I believe. And then I'm watching our friends having to witness this and the things that they're saying. Am I like that?
You've never been like that. Even growing up, you were always just a little bit different. You could feel the love and compassion that flew from your heart.
That was really nice of you to say, Rathgar.
Now, but you also had really good parents who shielded you from the world.
Really good mother. Father never cared to shield me from anything.
Well, as someone who didn't have the privilege of a mother and father, trust me, I've seen a lot of horrible things growing up, but nothing as dastardly as people getting murdered senselessly for doing absolutely nothing wrong.
I know.
So where do you stand?
I don't know. I want to march down there right now and just confront them. And honestly, it made me so angry to hear that. I don't know what I would do. I just want to tell them they're doing something bad right to their faces. But I know that's not what we can do.
But the problem with living in the dark your whole life is when you see the light, you don't know that it's the light.
I know. You're really wise sometimes.
These are mostly just things that I've heard around the kingdom growing up.
Yeah.
I didn't have the privilege of parents, but I was around a lot of wise men and women and servants and guards and teachers. Looking back, it wasn't the worst thing in the world, but it could have been better.
Yeah.
But I think looking back and thinking about what was just makes it even worse. But we can do something about right now. And that's why I have such a problem with these guys saying about turning away and running away when I think the absolute best thing we could do is go on this pilgrimage to figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
Because if we run away, then more people will die.
I have to remind myself, though, that these are folks that have lived very different lives than you and I have. It would be easy for me to walk right into church up to pastor and just confront him if I really wanted to. You know that. You could probably do the same thing. They can't do that.
I don't know if I could do that quite anymore. I think if my name got out there...
That's fair. That's fair. You're going to have to fill me in on the rest of your situation.
It's kind of a hoot and a half, but
I'm
we'll
sure
save
it
that
is.
for another day.
Okay.
But I think if you walked in there, you have to prune away all the dead branches for nice fresh fruit to come about. If you just take one sour apple off the branch, nothing's going to happen.
What if the whole tree is bad, though?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't want to think about what that means because you and your family were part of my childhood, and to think about these people that I saw as a kid now growing up and they're evil and they're doing all these hurtful things. I mean, I couldn't imagine how you're feeling right now, let alone being your folks. But for me, it's this weird middle ground where I have nothing at home, if you could even call that. I have nothing out here. I I had nothing to lose. But you, I mean, you could go back right now, act like nothing happened. In a few years, the whole kingdom would be yours.
Talia looks at Rothgar and doesn't say too much else. And just, I guess we'll get ready for the pilgrimage tomorrow.
I know you know what the right thing to do is, and that's why it's so easy to follow you. But you have to believe that you know what the right thing to do is, because you got 5 knuckleheads following your lead.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I'm just allowed to be along for the
I
ride.
know. I'm so glad you're here with me, Rothgar.
But I'm just gonna let you know that I'm not afraid of bloodshed for the right reason. And if it comes to it, you know, they always say blood is thicker than water, but this time maybe water might be a little thicker than blood.
I guess we'll find out, won't we? It's getting late. We have to be up early. Thank you for listening to me.
Oh, you're welcome. Like I said, not literally, but metaphorically, I am all ears.
I know. Great job, Slay.
Quiet halls, well, the loud halls, my apologies, lead to our last quiet room. With the bunny in a robe.
Oh, that's awesome.
Sandra, it wasn't just by chance that you suggested that Takashi and Maro take a room. Did you want to speak to me?
I know that Marrow can be tiring for being a single person's focus, so I felt like we can all do our part to give you a night off every now and then. So, but I mean, if you're open to talking for a bit, I think I can spare some time.
My character has like a tear run down.
It's the nicest thing was ever said.
Very sweet.
Oh, I know that the two of us both were disagreeing with maybe the rest of them about going on this pilgrimage, but have you ever killed a man? Because if we do go on this pilgrimage, I don't know, beyond Takashi, which of the rest of them might be able to, and which of them might freeze in the moment.
Me personally, I have never killed a man. However, I do know people who did and have. I know it's no easy feat, and I'm not all one for fighting. I agree with you. The wise decision here is not to go on this pilgrimage. It's to recoup and train and get a little bit more acquainted, get a little bit more information. However, those 4 knuckleheads are going to go up the mountain and go on this sort of suicide mission. Then some of us have to be there.
Yeah. I mean, I've got someone to see, so if things get bad, I'm not dying on that mountain.
I don't blame you whatsoever.
So I guess we're on the same page, but I can trust Takashi up there, and I think I can at least trust you to try and help in whatever capacity now.
I'll do my best.
Alright, you get some sleep. I know you. Some of you need a long time to rest, to recuperate your bodies. I'll kind of keep watch.
Thank you, my friend. And my character will head to bed.
A long rest to recuperate does indeed happen. For anyone who needed it. So the night passes. Nothing crazy happens. Your head hits the pillow as the loud noises from downstairs eventually fade into quiet. The next morning, did anybody set an alarm?
I have an internal alarm. I'm always up when the sun rises.
Zendro doesn't need an alarm.
I was gonna say you guys didn't
Yeah.
say.
My circadian rhythm is on point, DM.
Well, y'all wake up probably about 30 minutes, I'd assume, before the pilgrimage, or I don't know if you guys roll out of bed.
30 minutes. We're gonna be up at least an hour before the pilgrimage.
You guys wake up, do your morning routines.
Man, gotta be prepared.
I would presume you all eventually meet down in the common spot of the tavern, unless there's anything anybody specifically needs to do.
I need me to make my brew.
Perfect. My brew. You guys know that you were told to meet in front of the church at approximately 6 a.m.
We're really doing this, guys.
We are indeed finally making it up the mountain, supposedly.
Talia would like to remind you all that if you will allow her and you're within arm's reach, she would like to either bless you or guide you. Depending on what
Could you
you're
bless
choosing to
and
do.
guide me?
Not at the
Yes.
same time.
Yeah.
Wait, you can?
Guidance.
I guess one's a cantrip and one's a spell.
Concentration.
Yeah.
Technically.
Well, I have plenty of holy water, so I can bless you guys.
Would that technically
That might give
burn
me
marrow?
negative stuff.
No.
'cause it has holy.
It's not that kind of holy water.
Weird question.
Go for it.
I'm going to go ahead and hand experimental elixir to Zendra. This is a elixir of boldness.
Alright.
Boldness. DM, what does my glove do?
These are just fancy.
It is a fancy little glove.
Yay! I love it.
It's got rhinestones on it.
You can give it to, you know, someone who can investigate it.
No one here can do that.
I hate this. Let's go for the day.
You guys make your way out onto the grasslands. The sun is shining quite bright, and well, no, the sun's not shining bright. Sorry, the sun is beginning to rise.
Moon
What time
sun.
it is? You got the feeling that the forecast shows it's going to be a very bright and sunny day later on,
Wow.
but
Love. Can you describe the sunrise to me?
Oh yeah, me too. I love watching the sunrise.
a golden hue sits across the
Horizon.
The sunrise.
The golden sun sits along the western
It goes
hemisphere.
west to east.
It's your
I guess in this
universe.
world
You
it
can
does
never-
rise west. That's
Is there-
canon.
Is there two suns?
Calling it.
Just one.
There's one sun.
Oh.
There's only one. There's not two.
There's only one. Nocturne is the moon. As dawn fire, the golden hue begins to crisp right over the mountains
Oh, it's crisping over there.
onto clear meadow, sending a nice little beautiful light. You could say that some wait for the sunset to have golden hour, but the sun shines so beautifully on Rothgar's face that his rocky complexion shows.
Like glimmer.
Shiny.
As
Shiny
it
rock.
glimmers in your eyes, waking up and knocking off whatever dust or rust you might have had from the night before, groggily rolling out of bed, you guys begin to make your way through town. The stands have been cleaned up. There's evidence of a little bit of a party that went on afterwards. But at the top of the church steps stands Pastor Rebel. He's put his fancy church attire away, and you can see that he's wearing chainmail armor with like just a regular common white traveling cloak over it.
Is chainmail typical for a pilgrimage?
It is
I guess you have there are indeed a few other groups of people hanging out.
The button.
Two look familiar by the Pumblebump family, if you will, the mother and the son. You notice that the Button family consists of the father and the son, no daughter or mother.
Wow, where'd they go?
Wait, they're going on the
So-
pilgrimage?
They are indeed out front.
The buttons and the pumble bumps.
You as well.
Wild name selection right there.
You as well see Benjamin, Tolbert, Serena, and Benny.
Is that
His family of 3. And then you see a 4th family. Nothing specific. Haven't met him yet. Normal family complexion. Mother, father,
Very new.
son,
typical
daughter.
family unit?
Typical family unit, you know?
We love it. Except one of them is a lizard.
As the 6 of you kind of finally walk up, there's no lizard people theories in this world.
Dang it!
There's just lizard people.
No, they're not theories.
As the 6 of you kind of walk up, Pastor Rebel kind of goes, "Ah, yes, it's all coming together beautifully. Hello, how'd you all sleep?
Good morning.
Oh my goodness."
Hello.
Comes and kisses you on the forehead,
Oh.
kind of rubs you on the head, Meryl, and then kind of,
I don't have much hair left.
oh my goodness, I'm so glad. I didn't think you guys would show. I had a feeling when you guys stomped out of my ceremony last night that you didn't get the message that we were going today. I must have been a little shocked that you guys are here, but you guys paid your dues, so...
Sorry about that. I'm allergic to fish.
Oh, it's okay.
You guys aren't very inclusive when it comes to dietary restrictions.
Well, yeah, you know, we offer other things at other establishments, but for the church, we believe that, you know, feeding fish to all is, you know, the point of a fish fry.
There were no fries.
No. Wait. He was saying something yesterday. Do you guys use a tempura batter or do you use like a beer butter batter? You know?
Beer butter.
You know, like what kind of batter do you use? Because he was saying it was temporal.
Temporal
Yeah.
batter.
Yes.
Interesting. Typically we use beer batter.
I thought so.
I
This
could
guy
have
doesn't know nothing about
He
frying.
raises
nothing.
his eyebrow towards you out of the corner of his
swore
eye.
it was tempura.
No, that's beer batter.
Yeah.
Samurai, you ready? It's been a while since we've had one of your kind with us.
Glad to be
God.
here.
Do you not know who he is?
No, what is he?
Or what he used to be?
Who? I know.
His
that's
armor right there.
That's Takashi.
Yeah, Takashi. Crimson Lotus.
Yep.
Did they not know?
I haven't told that much.
Oh, my apologies.
I'm not keeping it a secret, but they
My-
haven't
Is
asked
that his
either.
last name?
That's fair.
Takashi Crimson Lotus. My pleasure, sir.
So I want you to think about Mr. Tullis here as he's kind of just standing there at the top with his arms folded. So, like, Takashi's like him, but like for Kazmiri Bay. Like one of the best of the best.
The jerk.
I don't got a blue.
General Tullis looks down at you as you say jerk. He kind of just stares at you. And
back.
Pastor Evil kind of just, we don't want to do name calling. We're here to all be friends and a family as we go on this pilgrimage together, and we're forgiven of our sins.
Yes, Rothgar. Friends and family.
Yes.
Forgiven of our sins.
There
Forgiven.
need not be any
Yes.
animosity if the samurai and the royal knight aren't beefing, as the kids say.
Oh, as the kids say.
I don't think that there's any reason that you need to be.
Well, no, trust me. I don't beef with nobody.
Perfect.
I mean, if on the right occasion I might chicken or something, but
Oh.
Does anybody need anything before we are ready to kind of...
fishing? You ever have any fishing with
I have
somebody?
fished with somebody. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nobody in need of anything. You guys all got the general. Alrighty. Well, everybody as he kind of stands up, kind of hops up on the second stair and kind of just looks out. We're gonna follow General Tullis through the thorny swamps. Make sure that we do no stops through there whatsoever. If you see something, let us know. He'll take care of it.
It's a
If-
beautiful place.
Yeah, I've heard lovely things about it.
Sorry, this is kind of my thing. I appreciate.
I thought we were all friends and family here.
We are friends and family, but I gotta let everybody know the safety rules and everything. Number one, stay with the group. Never venture off by yourself, unless told so by Mr. Royal Knight here or Pastor myself.
Why would you tell us to venture off by ourselves if it's dangerous?
Well, that's why I'm saying don't venture off by yourself.
But why would you even mention that you might say to do so?
Rule number 2. I'm gonna let you know we got rations for the trip. Anything you bring, perfectly fine to eat. But we do have plenty of fish and fries coming up the mountain with us from last night. Yes, sir.
My friend here doesn't. He can't have fish. Do you
What
have-
would you like?
Your fries, what kind of oil are they cooked in?
If you'd like to pay a premium plus version, we can get the vegetarian diet on
Yeah.
this pilgrimage.
You
too.
vegetarian? How much is that, my liege?
15 more gold.
Okay.
I don't
He
have
kind of puts his hand out to you.
Deal.
Fit.
Pastor Talia reaches over. Her eyes are rolling in the back of her head right now, and she hands
We'll
over
make sure
15
there's
gold.
fresh greeneries picked
rolling
on the way through the swamp. As he kind of pockets the gold.
I don't need to eat.
You don't?
Okay. Rule number 3, quite simple. If combat does arise, we would ask that you all don't get in the way of it. That's why the general's here with us, the stipulations of combat. It's never happened yet on any of our pilgrimages, but just in case it does, I'd ask that you keep your weapons down
And if
at
he
your
dies,
side.
who's second and who's to step up after him?
I would take up defensive maneuvers.
Really?
Yes.
What's your are you classically trained?
No, I'm not. I'm a pastor, and the good Lord grants me with strengths and the ability to use magic freely, as He has chosen me as one of His holy.
Oh, so you won't die or nothing if you do magic like everyone else?
Talia's not even gonna stop. At this point, like,
His,
somebody stop him, please.
his face grows very straight. As he was kind of smiley, chippery, he kind of just looks at you. Roll me a perception check, please.
I think that's a 9. Perception? That's definitely an 8. Not very perceptive. I have negative.
He just looks at you with a mean stare and just kind of, you know just as well as anybody that
Magic's not allowed.
those who practice magic are evil
Evil.
and want a whole race of people to die just like they did up on the volcano.
volcano.
I'm glad that you're still learning
Yes.
in the ways. Gosh.
I love learning, and the best way to learn is by conflict and by arguing sometimes, and so that's why I like to push buttons, because I feel like I learn the most that way, because if
Don't
you
push these buttons, and then I gesture.
The button family.
Sorry, Pastor. Oh no, I
The Button family does look up at you, and I do apologize. It was a mistake. The father and the son are joining on the expedition, but the Button family is a different family.
Oh,
As Connor might have noted, with Sinu, Lyrandra, Lila, and Rykard.
so then what's
The 2 mothers and the daughter and the son.
The 2 mothers?
What's
Yes.
the other family's name then? The
Like,
that
you guys never got it?
Oh.
I thought we did.
Crazy. That's crazy. All right. What's next?
Unless I'm forgetting something.
No, but if I ever try to push your buttons, not those buttons again, just know it's a learning experience.
The mom's kind of like you and just kind of, okay. General Tullis, you swear you hear whispers under his breath. You must be from Sunrest. And Pastor Rebel kind of just, all right, General, would you like to lead the way? Kind of nods his head. Follow me. And then kind of gets out in front of the party and begins to lead you guys through town. Right to the outskirts.
I want to be directly behind him as we go into the Thorny Swamps. I am eager to go back to to get
Pastor
him.
Rebel stands, I guess, right behind you, third in line, kind of, as you guys begin to make your expedition on through the swamps. Is anybody going to want to stop in the swamps for any reason? They have a path that they typically cut out that's pretty safe, where they can get through it pretty fast. If anybody intends to try and stop, let me know, or else we're going to cut through the swamps. Yes.
Can I inspect the fauna?
Again, your mouth? Yeah, no, that's fine.
You sure could on your way, yes. Go ahead and roll me a nature check.
Oh, that is a 23.
A 23. Nothing generally sticks out to you that's out of the normal. You've heard of people that have been to the swamps before and whatnot. Typical swampy lands, if you will.
Wonderful.
Yes?
Can I sense if there's like any magic around us?
Sure. Roll me an Arcana check.
It's only a 7.
Man, that sun looks gorgeous today. Let me tell you what. As you guys begin to hike your way up the mountains through the thorny swamps, save that description for another day. As you guys begin to crest the bottom of the mountain, Mount Apollo.
Remind me again how long this trip is.
Yeah, it's going to take a day to get up to the point where you're going to stop. A half day to get back up, half day to get back down, and a whole day to get back down.
Okay.
So, 2 if you go fast, 3, if you're taking your time.
For sure. Okay.
Mount Apollo. As you get to the base of it, exiting out of the thicket of the thorny swamps is an awe-inspiring mountain that reigns as the tallest peak enchanting over Arcanos. Its towering stature commands respect and reverence, and whispers of ancient mysteries that linger within its rugged heights that have drawn explorers and adventurers and church members far and wide to it. This mountain pierces the sky at its majestic summit, crowned with Eden's Embrace, you know to be a sanctuary once built as an altar to an ancient deity whose name is long forgotten. Its massive granite slopes are edged with rugged, winded, sculpted ridges and outcroppings. Their stony faces weathered and marked with the passage of centuries. The mountain's base is indeed surrounded by the thick grove that you guys are exiting of the thorny swamps, providing a smooth transition to its daunting rocky peaks. A few times on the travel, as you guys are beginning to head up the mountain, General Close will stop, get a group count and everything, kind of. Oh, all right. Rothgar, are you here?
Yes.
Miro. Dahlia.
Present.
Zendra.
No.
Powder.
Here.
Takashi.
Here.
Goes through the whole Button family, the rest of the families, and what have you. And he does this probably about once every other hour, just to make sure everybody's there and turns around.
Could you please go through the rest of the family names, please?
Oh god.
I would love to.
Just
Please
kidding.
don't.
I know you.
Benjamin Tolbert. Here. Serena Tolbert. Here. Benny Tolbert. I'm here.
If you guys want, in the comments,
So-
we're gonna have timestamps for beginning and after this.
Yeah. You notice that the Pumplebump family kind of hangs out towards the back, and the son keeps trying to run away. So Pastor Rebel is diverting most of his attention to keeping Mr. Rufus Pumplebump on the journey, as he keeps grabbing the scalp of this boy in his long hair, kind of pulling him back.
Holy crap!
You gotta understand, it's a Pumplebump. You get it on the way up the journey, as the mother keeps.
The pastor
Not
is
as violent
grabbing
as you
the
think it
child
is.
by the scalp.
I'm just grabbing him
I
by
like to
his
think he
scalp.
like palms in like a basket.
That's what I was thinking. The mother knows that this is a dangerous journey if her son gets lost, so whatever needs to be done to protect her son, we'll be doing.
Put a leash
That's
on him then. Oh, sorry.
They don't believe in that.
Oh, they don't believe in leash.
They don't believe. That's a
Okay.
little aggressive.
Okay, that's
okay?
fine. That's fine.
The journey will be a smooth one unless anybody has anything on the way up the mountain.
As we go to the, what was it called, the Eden's?
Eden's Embrace is at the very peak of the mountain, which is where you guys presume is where you guys are cleansed.
Got it.
I also. Are you able to remind me what Lady Clearheart said about where the location of a certain thing might be on the mountain?
Yeah, you would remember in reference to the crystal. She believes it'd be somewhere below the mountain.
Underneath that. And there was an opening or some way to get into it?
You know that multiple tunnels that run through Mount Apollo are named the Eclipsean Hollows.
That's what it was.
Not necessarily that's the direct path there, but there's plenty of hollows that lead, you would presume, maybe eventually to the crystal. Somebody had to put it down there, right? You know? I gotta cut back out. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Can I inspect the rocks? I like looking at rocks.
I would love for you to inspect the rocks, John Matt.
Is it gonna matter if I actually roll something?
It will matter if you roll something. Give me a nature check.
With advantage because my character loves rocks.
Yeah, actually do roll with advantage, please.
Alright, that's gonna be a 24 to start.
Okay.
And another 24.
Meant to be.
Perfect. As you're kind of picking up these rocks, kind of moving up the mountain, a lot of them look normal. You notice that some that kind of almost like as if they came from cracks in the side of the mountain, kind of almost as if something's ran out of them, maybe at once, slowly. You're kind of picking up some of these rocks. They remind you of Mount Bone Vault in a way. As if the rocks seem to be affected similarly. Yes.
Affected how so? Or
You feel as if some might be a little hardened, blackened, if you will, but Mount Apollo isn't a volcano, so, or a dormant volcano, if you will.
and what did you say about the crack? Sorry.
That's just where you presume the rocks are kind of dropping out from.
From the cracks?
Mm-hmm. As we march up, everybody roll me a
What?
acrobatics check. Some can roll an athletics check
Oh
if you
my
wish.
God.
Is this rough terrain per se?
Okay, I'm rolling in athletics. Just so you know that.
We don't do that here.
I definitely rolled out of athletics,
Still
Chief.
got an 8. Wow.
Okay.
Fabulous.
9.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Same.
17.
17.
22.
22.
Wow.
Well, now I might trip. It's because of this
It's
heavy
bound
armor
to
that we're
happen.
wearing.
A lot of you guys get up the mountain and aren't winded, but as some of you guys get to this winding road that they've kind of built up, it's kind of like a simple outcropping, if you will, that kind of sits flat almost on the side of the mountain. That kind of looks over the western hemisphere, so if you were to look out over, you'd see kind of stones fall down to the right. You'd kind of see, if you looked off to the left, the land of sunrest and the dunes.
You can see all that
You
from
can
top
see a
of the
lot
mountain?
from. You guys are about halfway up this mountain. This mountain stands tall. As I said, it pierces the clouds, if you will. Yeah, what's up?
I want to investigate for anything. If I see there's any like anomalies in the swamp, as somebody maybe camping out there, somebody maybe have ran away. There's like a path that wasn't there before. And that
Down
might-
in the swamp?
Not necessarily when we were in the swamps, but when we're looking over the swamps.
Yeah, sure, go ahead. Roll me a perception, please.
9.
9.
I rolled a 3.
It looks like home.
I would like to once again just see if there's anything magical around. Just
Sure, roll me an Arcana check.
Okay.
Oh,
Technical
Dice
Nat
on the
20.
floor. Dice on the floor. Natural 1, right? If it's the floor.
a
Reroll.
Oh, you want me to reroll?
Yeah. How much you reroll in the dice tray you have?
I mean that works. It's 16.
Yes,
With a 16, not trying to hide it necessarily, you notice that there's almost a bubble of protection around the group stemming from Mr. Reeble.
A hedge of protection.
Yeah, a hedge of protection from Mr. Reeble Lovecraft. As you guys get to almost this flattened out area, it kind of leads into like a cave opening, if you will, as to where there's a little place where like there's a few tents set up underneath cover of a cave, and then there's also tents set out on the ledge out there. Some people like to, sleep near the ledge. Some people like to sleep under the cover of the mountain just in case, rain or anything like that, the elements, if you will. You guys do notice there's a bunch of bonfires kind of set up here. There's even a little wooden hut kind of etched into the mountain, which that's where Mr. Rebel Lovecraft sleeps because he doesn't sleep out in the elements.
He did say that.
If you remember, he's got a little nice setup in there. Nobody sees what's in there, but he's lodging, if you will. As nightfall kind of comes down upon us from the nocturnal moonlight, it's been a long day of travel. Most of the families kind of get close to their tents, begin to take some of the leftover fish, recook it over the fire, and begin to eat their meals as you will. You notice Mr. Rebel immediately goes to address the rest of you. My friends, it has been a pleasure pilgrimaging with you. I can't wait to be free out of our sins. Tomorrow morning we'll start by a little ceremony, cleansing us initially before we go up there and speak with the gods themselves. Is there anything anybody has for me? Or you know what, real fast, actually? I'm totally blanking. It's been a long journey. Let's all gather around a campfire real fast as he kind of gathers everybody to sit on these little wooden logs around. Gosh, I gotta say. He kind of cracks open a beer. I gotta say, this is the 23rd pilgrimage, and I have to tell you what, guys, I'm feeling like with how quiet our journey was today, that Mr. Uriel up top is really blessing us and looking upon us with a smile upon his face. Tonight, I would ask just simply that none of you leave your tents. Could be a little dangerous. Don't know what monsters will walk by. I've prayed a hedge of protection over us, and no monsters are going to get in those tents tonight, but you have to stay in the tents. With that being said, I'd love if we could all talk about something that God has done in your life over the past few weeks here around the campfire real fast before we all go to bed. So eager to share. Marrow, as you can tell, he's surprised because typically he has to share a bunch of his own things as everybody's kind of nervous. Marrow, please go ahead.
Just yesterday, I lost my best friend. But luckily, I found him.
Praise the Lord.
Yeah, he's right here. He's in my bag.
Oh my gosh.
It's a tadpole.
Oh my gosh. As the other three families kind of look over at you in disgust and just kind of like...
His name's Bone.
When did you lose your tadpole?
Well, I was watching the door in the inn.
Wasn't he in your backpack?
He was, but I lost my bag. Luckily, I found it.
I'm so sorry to hear from that. But let's say the good one's light led you to your bag. Where was it?
On my back.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Every time I turned around to look at it, it was in the other direction.
It's a common problem.
No, of course, I understand. Everybody's challenged in their own ways. Some people might feel tempted to use a location spell there to kind of figure out where their bag is, but...
I don't know any magic.
You refrain from whatever urges you might have been to go seek out. Maybe it would be an evil mage that would be like, find my bag for me by using dark magic and spells. And you instead chose patience. And you found your bag. And that's very noble there, Marrow. That's very noble. And anybody else have anything to share?
I don't have anything to share. I have a question.
I guess questions are good for the sharing circle, too.
It's a sharing and question circle now, Pastor.
Yeah.
Thank you. If I'm to have to use the restroom in the middle of the night, where should I go that the circle does not?
Well, there's little buckets in each of your tents that you can use. I would obviously recommend that you stay within your tents for the night. Once they zip up, once you kind of zip them down, it will activate the magical spell over to protect you. But if you leave it unzipped, I can't promise that any dogs won't come howling at you overnight.
Pastor.
Yes.
Talia is really uncomfortable. Is there any other option besides a bucket? I can't do a bucket.
Well, if...
I can empty out part of my bag.
No, you're good. No.
Well...
You don't have any other options besides a bucket?
Low budget trip. If you need to, we can talk about that as you kind of hear a message in your head. You can use my quarters if you need to, sweetheart.
Thank you, Pastor.
But,
Yeah,
As-
we'll talk about it later.
We'll talk about that. I mean, we'll try and figure something out, me and the general.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Pastor.
you had a question and answer? Oh, which one?
Not
are
a
you?
question, but sharing with the group.
Yeah, no, of course. What has the good Lord Uriel done in your life recently?
I would say, he brought me a good group of friends. I've learned to trust some of them these last couple days
Oh.
as we prepare for our journey, and
Which ones?
we can talk about that later. But
Just ask which ones.
Wow, that's beautiful. So you all are a family unit. May I be
Yes,
mistaken? One second, Mr.
Some of us
Rothgar.
are.
So,
Yeah.
so
No.
some of you are a family.
Some are
I'm
not.
just
No.
trying to. Rothgar. One
But-
second, please. I thought you all were together. Like you guys all met. Like you said a few days ago. Where'd you meet? Would you like to share with the families here? A lot of them never get out of Myth Hollow.
No, I don't really feel like sharing anymore.
Well, that's all right. It's not your turn. It's not your turn to talk, Rothgar. Takashi, where'd you all meet a few days ago?
Gosh,
As he kind of looks over at Rothgar and just.
Before that, Pastor, are you okay if I go use the restroom real quick? I don't feel comfortable in a bucket, and rabbit urine is actually pretty potent with senses smell.
I guess you could take off into the cave. Just don't go too deep into the tunnels.
I won't, thank you. I'll go to the caves.
Do you go to leave?
Yeah, no, I'll go to the caves.
Talia gestures to you before you leave
I will.
and doesn't look directly at you.
Friends,
Still looking
secrets
at
are not for two people. They're for everyone.
Pastor, I have decided to talk again.
As that takes his attention, you can go ahead and give him whatever the secret is.
Tell me if it has an end or an opening, will you?
I mean, where'd you all meet? I thought you all were a family as a bunch of other units. Yes, Rothgar will be to you in a second. Your friend Takashi is talking.
I'm thankful that the Lord has brought us such a kind set of brothers to be on our journey with us.
Oh. It is my pleasure to be here as a brother in our good
No, like these two are actually related. They're brothers.
I'm in the cave at the.
Yeah,
He's my brother.
him and the bunny rabbit.
Oh my gosh,
They're
that's
brothers.
amazing. So you two are brothers, but remind me, where'd you meet the brothers and everybody a few days ago?
Psst, Takashi.
Kind of looks at Rothgar again.
I'm not the best one that explained how our little
I'll
group
do it.
got here.
I can do it.
Oh,
By all means, go right
yeah,
ahead.
Rothgar.
So
Please.
we all met in this one town, and then we kind of split up again, and then we all were brought back to this one guy's house
Oh.
for kind of a party.
Oh.
I'm not gonna name names, but
Oh
he's
my God.
kind of famous.
What town would you say that was? He kind of leans in. I want you to roll me a Constitution save for me.
Oh my gosh.
A con?
That's not great.
You're looking for a 17.
Can it be out of Dex instead? I got a 8 plus 5. Wait, I have her blessing though.
I technically haven't given you anything.
didn't bless us?
You guys have to tell me if you want my
Oh,
guidance.
never mind, I failed.
You feel as if something's in your brain.
Oh my god.
As he's kind of
He's got to roll for
As he's,
because my intelligence there, brother.
as he's kind of looking towards you, you notice as he locks eyes with you, a little streak of lightning kind of comes across his right eye. As he kind of leans in. What was the town?
Yeah, I did something.
What was the town? That you all met in?
One second.
No, that's alright.
We technically met in
Myth Hollow.
You all met in Myth Hollow?
Yes.
Was that a few months ago or a few days ago?
Which time?
It was the first time that we met Pastor.
The first time that we met was in Myth Hollow, and we all went to the Sinkfoot Tavern.
Beautiful. Of course. Sorry, I don't mean to pry. I just like to know
No,
who's
Pastor,
in
you
Oh,
have-
you're not crying.
You can
It's
have
fine.
the inner workings of my heart and my mind, Pastor.
He kind of looks at you. I want to be clear. You don't notice that it's going on, but
Are the families concerned at this point? I want to know what's going on with the families.
the families are used to Reba Lovecraft's intense personality. But they're not used to an intense personality matching him back, as they are sweating a little bit, as the kids are kind of like, Mommy, is it okay for me to talk to the pastor that way? No, honey, never.
So, Pastor, how did you become a pastor?
Oh, well, as much as I'd love to talk about my history, it's in the church library down there. You can read all about me. I'm here to get to know about you guys, and forgive, and repent.
I'm more into audiobooks, so...
Speaking of that, I know that we
Maybe
talked about
enlighten me.
sharing things that have gone well. Is there anybody needs to get off their chest? Anything dirty they might have done?
Pastor, I'd like to speak about what your God has done.
Oh, I would. Yeah, no, take the floor, Zendra.
This might be a bit much for the children to hear, but I would say that your God has done a great many things, and I would say he's probably the most responsible for the people I've killed.
Amen! Man, I love this circle that we
Alright.
share.
You're admitting to murder.
Is it tough for you to get out?
No. I just
But wait,
I've never killed a man personally.
did
so
they do magic?
Everything said he was admissible,
I-
right?
Some have
I
done
was-
magic.
I was
Oh,
gonna
so
say,
those
was
were
it
law
like
forgiven, right?
was it like in self-defense? Because the Lord looks upon that differently, my sweetheart.
Do you want to take that back?
What do you mean take that back? I kind of looks over at Talia to like kind of control your friend.
Very few of them were in self-defense.
Well,
Talis kind of grunts and just kind of looks over at you and
I like her.
as the rest of the kids are kind of
chill up my back.
she's underage. She's only a girl.
I gotta say, typically this goes very differently. I would love for all of you to go off to your tents for the night. I'm gonna go to my cabin. Mr. Kellis, would you like to join me for a little bit so we can chat about a few things? As he just so noticeably looks at you and you. Yes, Pastor. Follows him up into the little hut up there. As the rest of the families are kind of hanging out, there'd be a chance to talk to them now if you'd like, or else they're going to zip themselves in for the night.
So, Buttons, why'd you come on the pilgrimage? What'd you guys do?
We didn't do anything. We just thought it'd be important for our daughters to see the importance of forgiveness and the importance of being holy and following the church's ways.
I'm gonna bend down. I'm assuming the daughters are still around.
Yeah, they're right next to the moms.
To the moms or
Yeah, multiple moms.
Okay, I'm making sure. Or I'm gonna bend down next to the daughters and be like, you know, they may be correct. Forgiveness is good.
Thank you.
Forgiving, but never forgetting.
Oof.
Girls, why don't you come inside the tent now for the night? It's kind of...
And nobody can see it, but Zendra's definitely smirking underneath her mask.
Perfect.
She's gonna put the real fear of God into these people.
I want to talk to the father and son.
I would also like to speak with the father and son.
Yeah,
You
of
go
course.
I
What about the Holy Spirit?
Yeah, you guys both kind of make the way over to their tent, and you kind of hear them just, I don't know where they went, son. This is why we're up here. We're going to get answers. And it's like, I haven't seen them since last night, though. That's why the pastor moved it up. He said that it'd be wise that we come up here and seek out. Oh, my goodness. Friend. Oh my gosh, I'm forgetting your name. Takashi. Pleasure. Rothgar.
Hello.
Yes. He kind of pats you on the shoulder. Please don't scare my son again. As
Did
he
I scare
whispers
him
to you.
last time?
Yes.
Well, I'm sorry.
Is
Hey, I'm
there anything I
sorry.
can help you guys with?
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
It's okay. What can we help you guys with?
We were just wondering where the rest of your family was.
Yeah, last time we ran into each other. It was the first time we all met, actually. You had your wife and daughter
my wife
with
and my
you.
daughter were with us.
Very lovely family you have, sir.
In the middle of the ceremony, they got up, kind of, they didn't really tell me where they were going. I was so focused on the pastor, displaying the new weapons, I didn't. They disappeared, the son kind of goes. They didn't disappear, we would never practice magic in a way that they would disappear, as he kind of widens his eyes towards the two of you. They're missing. I don't know. Sometimes, back when me and my wife were younger, she'd run off on me sometimes and then come back in a few months, it is what it is. I'm assuming that she wouldn't do this with her daughter, but...
Wow. That's,
But no, we would never, as you kind of feel the gaze of Regal Lovecraft looking out of the window, the sole window in his lodge, as the word magic is used. We didn't practice any magic. I swear on everything. They disappeared, but the pastor said we could come up here and ask God for guidance and that he would lead us to them. I'm not one bit worried. Pastor Regal says that he's sure they're in good hands.
Were you originally planning on coming on this pilgrimage?
No,
Or only after your...
Only after they had disappeared. I went really worried to the pastor early this morning because they didn't come home. And we were wondering, sometimes the church will take volunteers to kind of, I don't know, go test the weapons out. I don't know, my mom, I'm
Your
sorry,
mom?
it's a lot. It's a lot. Listen, I don't know where they went, but the pastor told us that clarity is what's found on this pilgrimage, and so he gave us a spot free of charge.
wow, the church is so generous.
They are. Pastor Reeple's a great man. Is there anything I can help you guys with, or are you guys just hanging out outside my tent?
No, we were kind of just hanging.
Would you like to sit down for a moment?
Yeah, yes, son. Will you run the tent real fast? Yeah, I guess. I want to talk to the samurai, and then he kind of puts his head down and walks in the tent. He kind of sits down. Not him. He speaks too much.
Yeah, no, of course. Rothgar, please, just...
Who's he talking about?
Rothgar, this is kind of a serious...
Me like, oh, the pastor. I know that guy's kind of. But pretty much what we wanted to talk to you about. Go ahead. Yeah.
Thank you.
I don't feel comfortable talking more. He's here.
You don't feel comfortable while...
Rothgar, your friends look like they need you. Kind of points over towards Marrow, who's probably doing something stupid.
Oh, no, that's just what he does all the time. I'm okay.
Oh my god.
He just always looks like that.
Well, I'm gonna
Hey!
go to bed for the night.
Rothgar, go
What?
check on
Yeah.
Marrow for me.
What?
I think he just tripped and fell. He might have
No,
scraped
and I
his knee.
sprint. I've never ran faster.
My knee does look scraped. Did not fall.
Kind of looks towards you. Blabs way too much.
Try living with the dude, practically.
What do you need, samurai?
Don't know the best way of going about this, but unfortunately, I don't think your wife's missing. Same with your daughter.
Kind of looks at you and cocks his head and just
Unfortunately, my
I'm sorry.
my other colleague that witnessed it with me isn't here at the moment. You can also speak to him if you don't believe me as well. But it all happened so quick. But your daughter tripped and fell, had a pretty big cut on her head. Your wife ran up on stage to heal her with magic, and that's when General Tolis executed both of them.
He kind of looks at you as his jaw drops and just kind of looks around for a second, and then he kind of pulls you in close and just kind of whispers in your ear. If you ever speak ill will on one of the Royal Knights of the Realm again, I will report you.
Report me all you want.
Kind of pushes you away and kind of goes and walks into his tent, angry, peeved, if you will.
Do I see this?
No, you're too busy tending to his knee.
Rocco, I promise, there's nothing wrong with this. Just how it looks.
No, I'm telling you, it looks. You need something. You need a Band-Aid and some Neosporin.
Of course it's infected. My whole body's infected.
Goes over the tent in blue light. Moving into the cave. You're going to
It's
pee.
been a long while, too. I
It's
get
been-
a long while in that cave.
It's been a few minutes. You're in the cave, yeah. What are you doing?
So, part of me absolutely wants to do what Talia said. However, it's a cave. There's a lot of good rocks in here.
Yeah.
So, I'm first going to look around at just the cave and the rocks.
Check out the rocks.
Roll
I'm
a
a-
nature check.
I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
I'm very excited.
Hope there's some good ones.
Nat 20 plus 6.
There's gotta be some good ones
There's
in there.
gotta be
There's
something.
gotta be some good ones.
I'm gonna be honest. All the rocks look rather ordinary in here.
I'll kill you.
I'm being honest. With a natural 20, you don't even take much of your time and look. You kind of just look around, and it all seems Greystone Mountain. I mean, ordinary
I'm
as can be.
pissed. I go further into the cave.
Oh, you're gonna enter into the tunnels.
I'm turning into the tunnel.
Oh, there are tunnels through that cave.
Yeah, it's a cave, and then there's a tunnel system that kind of spans back into it.
I didn't know if it was like something dug out and that's where the tents went.
Yeah,
That's
some
why I
tents are
asked
in
him
there, but
if
then
there was
behind
an
them is
end
a
or
tunnel.
not. That's why I asked if there was an ending or if there was an opening.
And because I can tell by first glance that these rocks aren't special, it's not like I spend minutes looking around. I take a quick glance and I
Yeah.
move further into.
Nah, these rocks look.
Yeah, how far do you want to go?
Until I find something cool. I'm gonna be honest. My character sees a mountain and cave,
For a rock.
and he wants something cool out of this.
Talia also did not go with Takashi to the father because I didn't see that happen and I still
Yeah.
I'm still kind of trying to not believe that happened, but I definitely was walking towards the cave
Sure.
to see if Powder came back out.
Yeah, you watch as Powder scurries into the tunnel. The dark, decrepit, pitch black tunnel.
Wait a minute.
You
Am I able to call out to him or is he too far away?
can do whatever you want.
Powder, come back. And
I
then
don't think he hears that.
He doesn't hear that?
If it's quiet.
I'm not gonna scream for real.
Oh, okay, you scream.
Yes.
As you scream, the door flings open with the pastor and kind of goes, "Ma'am, where do you think you're going?"
I'm coming in to go to the bathroom.
Of course.
I told you I can't use a bucket.
Kind of pulls you up here and just kind of general watch over. Thank you. The general kind of steps out and then goes to kind of stand in the four tents in the cave as you are in the tunnel system behind. In pitch black, you don't really see much if you're just going. And before you do what I know you're about to do, as your friend, I would like to warn you, whatever magical light or torch you're about to light will give your presence away.
How far is this barrier?
And
How
only
far are you
some of
going?
us.
Pretty far. Till I find something special. I want that rock.
Do you not have a regular torch?
I do.
Yeah, no. Go ahead.
Probably a good choice.
You enter into
I'll light a torch.
the tunnel system. And you light your torch as you begin to walk for what feels like hundreds and hundreds of feet and nothing special. Just continuous different pathways of left, right, straight. And you're going to tell me what 3 pathways do you take as the first one's at the fork in the road. Left, right, or straight?
Do you come back for us?
I'm looking at the fork. Part of me absolutely knows it is the right decision to go back. But rock. I'm gonna turn it back. I'm turning back. I'm very tempted, and I know for a fact they're not going anywhere, so I'm just going to head back.
You're just going to walk out with your torch lit back into the tunnel.
And then I before I like reach like the mouth,
Uh-huh.
I'll extinguish
Yeah.
it.
The general, you see him broodingly standing guarding the tunnel entrance.
Gentlemen?
Yep.
Kind of just look at him.
As he kind of looks back, Rabbit, what are you doing?
I had to. You were there. I had to use the restroom.
Go on.
Thank you. So I will kind of go back to the tents.
Yeah. As the six of you reconvene after you use Mr. Rebel's bathroom.
While I'm in there, can I just take a quick peek around? Do I see anything that...
I would
Just
be honest, generally,
Anything fun in there?
nothing
Nothing?
fun.
Okay. Just
Typical
a
one-man
toilet.
cottage.
Can you be dishonest? Tell me something cool.
Yeah, no. As you kind of exit, he kind of goes, get some sleep, dear. Kisses you on the forehead.
Oh, thank you.
Goes to lay down as you exit. Six of you are sitting around the fire. In front of your 3 tents.
What a waste. What a waste of a mountain.
Wait,
Anybody
did
else
you
want to
find
start
anything?
No,
going up the mountain?
didn't find anything. It was just regular rock.
Without the basket?
I know he said to stay on a tent, but I kind of want to look around and see if there's any signs of, someone else being here.
Can't be that hard. You literally just follow the path and go up.
Should we be back by morning?
We can tell them God spoke to someone and they decided to go up.
Oh, good.
What's he gonna do? Say, well, God doesn't exist?
He could say that God doesn't
church.
speak to everybody.
Yeah, the church does believe that God will
We have
only
the
speak.
church right here.
Oh, no.
The official lady.
You're right.
To be fair as well, they said we couldn't go off alone.
Yeah, we're together technically.
Tell me more about what you found in that cave.
I found just ordinary rock. I'm very disappointed.
I'm really sorry. Did you find tunnels? Did it go
There
anywhere?
were 3 paths, and I, against my geologist senses, turned back around.
But there were tunnels.
There was something in there. There's some kind of rock in there. I know it.
There is some kind of rock in there. I know it too.
Are you
We're
sure
gonna
it's
find that
underneath
rock.
or is it up above?
Lady Clearheart said that she suspected it was inside and underneath the mountain. I
So,
don't see any reason why she
are
would.
you wanting to go back to the cave?
I mean, how are we gonna get past the general?
Well then,
Roll me a perception check.
yeah, I was gonna say.
Me?
Is
the
he still
general's
there?
probably not there.
We can always leave a note that says that we went up the mountain.
I don't need the bowl, Riley. I proceed.
Wait, am I rolling the perception check?
I'm not.
I could do it.
I roll.
I mean, I can as well. What do we want?
Let's just all roll and see who's the best one.
Dirty 20.
I'm gonna
No.
guarantee you
19.
I get a bad one.
It doesn't take a genius to see the general is no longer at the mouth of the tunnels.
I feel like that was too much.
Can I walk over and investigate where he was standing to see if I can see footprints, seeing which way he went?
Yeah, of course. Roll me an investigation check.
Should one of us stay here and
DC is going to be a 10.
Yeah, I rolled a 10, so no matter what my plus is.
And it looks like he stepped into the tunnels.
He went into the tunnels. Okay.
Alright. I'm gonna be whispering because
we have the brick.
start of the tunnel is just close to
Mm.
the one person cottage,
Footprint.
right? So I'll be like,
The brick.
hey,
We can't talk through it though.
We haven't figured out how to use it yet.
No, yeah, it's just like you press it
And it sends an alert.
It's an alert.
Yeah.
Can we investigate the magic tool? Because we haven't actually done that. Can we?
That would be smart.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and roll an Arcana check.
Everybody?
Mr. Alchemist.
Okay.
That is an 11.
11. You get a sense that these are 6 things that can help you find the others.
Can I
You have
roll?
never seen anything like it.
Can I roll an Arcana check for my gloves?
Yes, you can.
Can I help him by rolling an Arcana check for his
It's
glove?
cocked. I'm gonna. I swear, it's cocked.
It is cocked.
Yeah.
13.
not bad.
I tell you what, you look down to this brown, leathery, beautiful glove. It has nice little white fur on the inside to keep your hand warm. It's almost like a royal's glove, and it is a darn cool glove.
You should have let me look at it.
It's good quality.
It's very nice quality, you
Yeah.
could say. Made by a professional.
Yeah.
Well,
sure.
As seeing as I did better than the alchemist at figuring out what this is, then I don't actually say that.
Alright, so the general went into the tunnel. Do we go after him? Do we go up the mountain? What do you want to do?
Look, if the girl that was, if the lady who was in the cell knows where we've been and where we're going, she's already gonna know where we're going, and I imagine that maybe she wants to find us. I don't know. She was trapped in a cell by people who obviously aren't good, so maybe she's keeping track of us because she wants to find us. So maybe she went to the tunnels knowing that that's where we were gonna go.
I don't know about that. In my experience, someone who feels trapped just wants to be free.
I'm going to say something that is probably not going to be well, but I'm going to especially whisper this. What if we just assassinate the pastor right now?
I was literally just thinking the same thing.
I'm in.
Let's all stage a coup. On
Okay,
3, we
Okay.
go.
Whoa,
Ready?
whoa.
1.
Hey.
Hear me out. Hear me out. I don't know if you guys remember our little therapy session. I think we should probably assassinate General Tolis first.
Whoa. Why are we
No.
killing people?
Well, not. I'm just
Kill-
saying. I'm just using that word because they use that word.
Kill the pastor first so that he can't come as backup to help tell us if we take too long.
I
Like the
think
way he
if I had to
thinks.
pick one of them who would show up,
Everyone's a he.
it would definitely be General Tolis would come for backup. Pastor Reeble probably wouldn't. The man's a
A
buttered
pastor
salmon.
walking around in chainmail.
Let me throw out another idea.
In my experience, anyone
I
who
have
wears and holds a
Tie him
weapon
up.
knows how to use it.
Hear me out.
No reason to
You
kill him.
just send
General
me in there,
or
and I'll
pastor?
cleanse
Oh.
the world of him, if you know what I'm saying.
Listen,
I
as
think
much
everyone would like their share of.
Look, if we start killing
cleansing.
people, we're no better than them.
We're not actually.
No.
I'll
They-
answer that
this-
to you right now. We are no better than
This
them.
is atonement for their sins.
and as much as I love the rope plan,
We can
He
hang
does
him.
have
I'm
a-
fine with that.
no.
Is that the rope plan?
As much as I
No.
might love the rope plan, he does have magic. My thing with the pastor,
Great, so
especially,
do I.
How well can you do magic when you're hanging by your neck? It's hard to concentrate, I would assume.
It's very morbid.
Okay. Regardless, we got to make a choice soon.
I think
I-
we should
I-
go into the tunnels.
I say we go into the tunnel.
I think we should go into the tunnels.
I think
we already know he's looking for the girl.
look, if we can,
Maybe a 50-50 split is in order.
You guys are no fun.
do you want to go up the mountain?
No, I'd want to kill one of them.
I feel like that should be out of the options. We shouldn't be killing people this early into a pilgrimage.
Let's wait
I
till
felt like
day
that
2.
was like I felt like that was a day
Why
two
not?
kind of thing.
We can kill them now and then we go up and cleanse ourselves afterwards.
With
You know
that,
what? The whole cleansing thing is true.
With that-
She's got a point.
as the 6 of you are kind of hanging out here for a second,
Hopefully soon we won't be the only ones hanging.
having conversation and whatnot, you hear something in your head.
Of course I do. Checks out.
But we're
Brought
gonna go
the
to
book
break, so I'm just gonna tell her I'm break instead of whispering in her
Oh,
ear.
no.
So
Yay!
we'll see you guys in a few minutes.
I have a piece of
Bye.
Don't hang out.
Dibs on second after you.
Welcome back. Last we left before break, our lovely friend Talia got a message in her mind while the rest of our party is currently deciding if they want to assassinate a pastor or not. Yep, that's about it.
Not the side.
The floor is yours.
Sorry, technically it wouldn't be assassinate. He's not important enough to be assassinated. It'd just be murder.
Fair enough.
Talia
Good.
Talia reaches up and grabs Rothgar's forearm. Bless you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes.
But she grabs you really fast and really hard, and it almost looks like she's about to start crying.
Again?
And she looks at you and she goes, "We have to go right now." And then she darts into the tunnel.
Alright, I think we got our decision.
Yeah.
Everyone follow. Okay, let's do it now. And we go.
We dart towards. Well, hold on.
Does
If we dart,
everyone go into the tunnel system?
yeah.
Yes.
I follow after
Zendro
Talia.
pulls out a knife, stares at the cabin, almost longingly,
Stroking this sword.
and she puts the knife away and chases after these fools.
Yeah.
Pity the fool.
I assume you're leading.
I'm running.
As you're
I'm
running,
holding
you're
Rothgar is
leading.
really
Roll
close
me
behind me.
a perception check.
Right behind her.
Perfect. 6.
A 6.
Do you want me to roll too?
Yes, Rothgar.
I'm also behind.
Perception?
We'll go to you next if we need
Yeah.
to.
Roll a process.
Ooh, that's not good at all.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Alrighty, Powder.
I'll be behind.
Takashi's after him.
8.
I'm at the end.
8.
What is
okay,
happening?
Takashi.
I'm at the end.
No, I think I.
18.
Thank God.
18.
Well, 18 plus what?
I got 0 for perception.
As you guys begin to run down the tunnel, you do feel a little bit of a rumble beneath you. Almost as if it's a minor earthquake, but like less than a magnitude 1.
Minor?
But they're shaking as the debris at the top of the tunnel begins to slowly just kind of fall upon you like dust. As you guys begin to enter into these caverns, you know that among these tunnels are known, some are referred to as the Eclipsean Hollows. As you enter and get up to the point in the road, which I'm assuming one of you has lit a torch at this point.
I have dark vision, so I can see.
Sure.
I'm just following
But
her.
I will also.
So I will light a torch.
Yeah.
You get to this 3-pronged fork in the road. Left, straight, and right.
I'm making our
But
comment.
Powder, over to the back left of your shoulder, there's a 4th tunnel now.
Oh.
Tunnel.
Secret
Come
tunnel.
How do I see the
Come
tunnel?
make an Arcana check.
Yeah.
On with tunnel is the magiciest.
The magiciest.
Magiciest?
Yeah.
Magi.
Okay, sure.
8.
They all give off some magic vibrance.
Got it. I think we should go down this one. And I point towards the 3rd one.
Can I investigate to see if I can track where
Sure.
we went?
Go ahead, roll investigation.
Well, you're rolling investigation.
Sorry,
Go ahead.
real quick. I'm gonna just say real quick, guys, this tunnel over here wasn't here before. I swear.
Which one was it?
And I point to the one that's over my shoulder.
It'll be a 14. Do I need to roll a bonus dice?
You would need to roll a bonus dice, but you only need 1.
So just
You do indeed hit it. As you begin to look down and begin to try and look through the dust marks, the rocks, how anything has been affected in here, there's no footprints whatsoever on this cavern floor.
He's hiding his influence, I guess, from us. He's probably using magic, so
is it
I think it's safe to say whatever protection they put up's probably already been triggered.
is it that or is it that he didn't go this way?
Well, there was one path down. And, I mean, if he didn't go this way, then where did he disappear to?
You think he could have gone down the tunnel you didn't see before?
What? I'm looking in the area before any of the tunnel. Like, I wasn't specifically looking at a tunnel.
Is there anything that Talia can see or anything that will give her an indication of which direction to go in? Is she able to speak back?
You sure can try.
Do you want me to do it out loud?
You can try.
She's going to reach over and grab Rothgar's hand because I am going to cast guidance on you in a moment. And she's going to close her eyes and take a deep breath and try and communicate and say which tunnel are you in? And see if that is that a question that will give me an answer? Or do you just want a generic where are you?
You hear through the wisp of wind.
Where are you?
Follow your heart.
Okay, cool. Slay. I'm gonna cast guidance on him.
This is your heart.
And then I'm going to run down the 4th tunnel. Not really too concerned if you guys are coming. I'm sorry. I'm hustling though. You said that one wasn't there before, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I'm running.
You
that
take
down.
off, boom, to start running first in line.
I go 2 steps into the 3rd tunnel, realize it's the wrong tunnel, and then I'll
I'm
come back
following
and stop.
directly behind Talia.
Yeah. Say maybe like 5-10 feet behind. What's that?
No, like in stride directly behind her.
Okay.
Am I allowed to see if there's like the magic barrier still here?
You can try and roll an Arcana check. It'd be at disadvantage.
Okay. Well,
That's a pretty disadvantage.
That's
the
even
worst disadvantage.
nat 1
Wowie.
plus 6.
I'd almost say with the natural one, you're convinced you're out of it.
Do the hustle.
You're convinced that you're not within magical range of the campsite.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're convinced that you're in the clear.
Alright. Then I'm probably going to do what my character was going to do. I'm going to, like... Well, sorry. Let me get to everybody before I do what I do. Because I don't want to... I was going to cast Snare, but I don't want to, like, snare and then...
You're good. I'm assuming that they're all going to follow Talia. Unless there's something else that they would like to...
I'm just gonna ask Takashi. Should we even try any of the other paths, or do we just follow this wild goose chase?
I think it's just safer to stay in numbers rather than separate and go off on our own.
I guess.
Alright.
I'll start following down the tunnel. Grudgingly.
Also, to be fair, no matter what, she cast a spell already, so...
I did.
To bless
Yeah,
or
bless.
to guide.
I guess
Yeah.
that's true.
So-
Cantrip.
Right in front of, like, the stair, I guess on the stairs, no, yeah, right in front of the stairs, I'm gonna cast the snare.
Got it.
Snare.
You guys running full speed through these winding tunnels. As you kind of enter in the narrow entrance, you guys begin to descend into the depth. You notice that as you're descending, the temperature noticeably drops. You begin to see your breath come out of your mouth, even though it's dark. I guess Takashi's torch lights enough.
Oh, yeah. I forgot.
Night vision green, I mean, yeah. The air grows almost thick as you guys continue to run, almost with a scent of damp earth. And you look around and the stone looks like it's changing.
You know what I'm gonna do.
And before you can even stop to look, roll me a Constitution saving throw, please. I would like to say with disadvantage.
Oh, okay. Well, I rolled the natural 1 plus 2.
Roll again!
Okay.
Take the worst of the two.
And I rolled a 10.
We'll go with the 10. I think.
To be fair, she's pretty panicked, anxious.
You're taking off down these tunnels, totally not paying attention to anything going around you.
Yeah, for sure.
And almost in that chaos, you are brought to a halt as you stand still. Rothgar, as you run into the back of her, running so close to her, go ahead and start by rolling me a straight d20.
Remember, he's blessed, I believe, for the next roll.
This stuff.
If you'd like to use it this time, yeah.
What's the... Oh, just straight
It's
d20?
just got
Would you like to roll your extra d4 or save it?
I don't
What
think a
did he
D4.
get?
I don't think a D4 would help at all there, Chief.
What'd you roll?
A 5.
A 5? You kind of flat Flack, T-W-A-C,
Thwack?
Flack, yeah, into the back of Talia. As almost like a stone statue, you fall on your ass.
Like she's a stone statue?
Almost losing all control. You turn and look back, and a voice speaks out of your mouth for you.
God damn it. Slay.
As you kind of begin to lay, or not lay your hands, but raise your hands, you see light begins to come from your fingertips as it begins to illuminate this tight tunnel you're in. It's not by chance a bunch of space, by any means a bunch of space, as you hear out of her mouth in Talia's voice. Let me tell you a story. And as this light kind of illuminates the tunnel around you, you begin to see an etched almost picture, if you will, on the wall. On the right side of the wall, you see a brutish, grizzled, barbaric-looking man. Bald head, long beard. A big ol' warhammer that sits on his back. To the left, you see a woman, beautiful in nature, in beautiful royal garb, if you will, dressed from head to toe, nails done, eyebrows, flared, full 9 yards.
On fleek person.
On fleek.
You begin to watch as there's writing that says this at the top of the cave, but she begins to speak it. Before they met, they were but two wandering souls, traveling the cosmos, serving their own gods, their own rulers, their kings, their queens. At an initial look, you could tell that deep within their souls there was something more. Almost as you're watching, as Talia begins to walk down the tunnel with her lighted fingertips, with her arms raised. You guys follow as Talia begins to walk away.
I want to look at the rocks.
Takashi follows.
Mero follows.
As interesting as that story is, it's a different rock. I'm looking at the rocks.
It looks much like the one you found down at the bottom of the mountain.
I'm gonna kill you.
But you said the storm changed.
It looks different to everybody else, but to you, it looks like a familiar rock.
Oof.
I kind of just I'm following, but I'm just depressed. Ears are down.
He's kicking every rock.
Do you have a script? Would you like for me to read it?
I don't have a script. No.
Okay, fine.
I'm sorry.
You don't need
If I did, I would have handed it to you.
Whatever.
But, as you guys continue to follow her, you begin to see these two people as they met. Almost, the picture depicts quarreling, if you will, fighting, disagreements. But then, during it, you begin to see, through pictures, because it's a picture book, of course, through these disagreements, they begin to find mutual understanding. And you begin to see these two become friends, and friends slowly turn into lovers. As you venture deeper into this tunnel, the passage becomes increasingly convoluted. Twisting and turning, seemingly in a chaotic manner, jagged stalactites hang from the ceiling. It's pronunciation. It's the whole 9 yards, alright? At this point, it's pronunciations, okay?
Can't even see pronunciation.
While stalagmites rise ominously from the cavern floor, creating a maze-like environment that challenges even the most experienced spelunkers.
Well,
I was
how
so
did
confused
you-
with that one.
You begin, as she now kind of takes you into an open room, probably 15 feet by 15 feet, almost in perfect circle.
It's a big room.
As your fingers are still lighting up everything, roll me another Constitution save.
Well, you can't stop the story now.
Not disadvantage.
9.
Please insert another quarter.
Let's go for a ride.
So when needs to run into her again.
You don't even feel like you're not in control. You feel almost at peace. as you're being controlled.
Yeah. Perf.
You begin to watch this couple as they kind of delve down into, you see pictures of labs, history books, as it looks like they spend many years looking into certain things, studying things. Almost like in a comic book, you see a little exclamation mark, almost like to depict discovery, if you will. You also find that on this beautiful mural of a wall, there's a birth of a child. Reading below this specific picture, a daughter of darkness, born unto man. May she never be found by the wrong hand. As you watch this baby is born, you see depicting between this couple that there's almost a chariot and a knight that pulls up to a castle, and secretly, almost, they hand the baby away. As you guys watch and take in these pictures, Talia begins to walk further down the cave. Do you stop to look at rocks?
Is that a question?
That's all the same rock, I promise.
He's just doing it on purpose now.
He's toying with you.
I'm really pissed.
The puppet on strings. As you begin to continue down, one of the most breathtaking sights you eventually walk up onto, which you know has been rumored to be in the Eclipsing Hollows. You look over, this room probably spans about 60, 70 feet back. A cavern, if you will. A crystal lagoon sits in front of you, frozen over. A vast underground lake illuminated by clusters of fluorescent crystals that sit at the bottom. I already know what you're thinking. You can definitely attempt it. Give me 1 minute. Sit at the bottom. This frozen over water shimmers with an ether or outer worldly glow. It reflects upon the ceiling, almost giving a mesmerizing display of light and shadow as the water lights the end of a picture up top. Before I describe that, what would you like to do, Powder?
If I roll like a 20 or something and you go, it's normal rock, I'm going to kill it. I'm investigating the rock, crystal, obviously.
Crystal isn't technically a rock, it's a metal. I'm just kidding.
So roll with disadvantage, please. I'm kidding. Thank you, Brian.
Professional.
22.
Crystal isn't. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. You look around this cavern, and the rock does once again still feel ancient and looks very similar to what has dropped. But as you're looking at the rock in the bottom, you notice with a 22, sitting at the middle of the lagoon, one little flower with blue neon petals. That almost is just darkly black towards the inside. But it seems to be moving.
Black or the flower itself?
The inside of the flower.
This is like in the dead center of the lake.
Dead center of the frozen over lake.
Alright, finish your thing. I'm gonna want to mine.
As you look up towards the ceiling, Talia, as you get into this room, roll me a constitution check, please.
A saving throw or
Looks like you should have been.
Save and throw.
You should have been proficient in mineral, not rock.
I was actually a plant.
a 12?
A 12. With a snap, the lights on your fingers go out, and you feel as if you take back control.
Wolf.
Meow.
Yeah. Thanks for checking on me.
But it's
God, nobody did that. Just ghosted along. Lights
Listen,
coming
you
out of
took
my
out
hands.
running?
It's fair. It's fine.
Yeah.
Demonically possessed. No big
As you
deal.
come back to control, you
Should have dropped the token.
feel normal. cancel drop a token if you want to. You feel completely normal.
That's you, buddy.
You, from the moment that you began to run down that tunnel and froze to this moment, you've forgotten
I was
it
just
all.
gonna say
But you
that.
remember the story. But you feel as if you watched it yourself, but obviously that's not what they saw.
As I see her like snap out of the trance, I'm gonna like run up to her and be like, "Oh my gosh, are you okay?"
Yes, I think so. I feel okay.
Finish the story.
I
Yeah, you kind of left us on a cliffhanger.
don't think I can finish.
What's that?
Look it
Do
up.
we
Do I know what I'm looking at?
In the back of your head, almost immediately as you look up and see the picture. You speak it out of your mouth, but it's not as if anything's controlling you. It's almost as if it's involuntary.
It's the
Cool.
of the opera.
You look up towards the top and you see this couple rise to what looks as if the height of power in the land of Arcanos. As it depicts bloodshed, tears, and many, many demons that almost stand as a legion behind them. As that kind of goes on for a few different pages on this flip comic book. Towards the end and last strip, you see her on the ground looking over at her dead lover as she looks up towards 6 people standing tall over her. And an axe swings through and slices her head.
Does Talia recognize these people in the pictures?
Wait, so what did Talia say?
Anybody reckon?
Oh, what did Talia say then? What were the specific things she said? 'Cause
I
you
think
said
she just told the rest of the
What
story.
he just
I
said.
just
just
finished
said,
the rest of the story.
Okay, wonderful.
I see 6 people standing over a lady and she got her head cut off. And oh wow, Talia. I like that kind of stuff.
And that's it. That's the end of it. No more interactions.
You look up and that's the end of what story there is, if you will.
Can any of the rest of us recognize any of the people in the
We
mural?
recognize them as the
heroes?
the heroes. You know
Or
what I'm saying?
or any other group of 6 people that we somehow
They wouldn't have necessarily been pictured, if you will, in any of the books that you guys would have access to. But you recognize the girl, and you recognize the guy in the story. You would know the lady to be Delilah, and you would know the man to be Thane.
Yes.
Thane Arosi.
I do know Thane.
And beat Delilah Arosi. Took his last name in marriage. As you guys are kind of standing here, and I know that Powder is pondering jumping on an iced over lagoon here.
No, not again.
You begin to hear behind you the movement of a wall. As you feel what feels almost as if a small shaking. Thank you. Okay. It's okay.
It's now a magnitude 3 earthquake!
As you feel a shaking in this room, and as you do, as you're watching the ice, it cracks just a little bit.
Like in Shark Boy.
And behind you, as a doorway almost opens up, is a dark red illuminating light that begins to spill over into this room. But
What is that?
if anybody would like to interact with anything in this room, feel free.
I'm going to just put a finger on the ice because I'm a little bit petrified from the last time there was ice on the floor.
Yeah, how much force are you putting behind there?
I'm barely touching it.
Okay.
Just enough that if like my finger made contact, I could feel something.
As you touch it, roll me a con save.
I knew it.
Can I just... Mero just wants to look at the flower and see if it.
It's in the middle of the lagoon.
I just
but
want to see if it looks familiar.
Go ahead and perceive with disadvantage.
17.
17, you feel as if something tries to grab you in, but you pull away.
No. Not again.
Question.
Talia, I'm back to normal,
One
right?
second. We'll go around the table.
Okay.
Everybody from Jack all the way over.
Dirty 20 on the perception.
With disadvantage?
Yeah.
Wow. It looks like a familiar flower.
Cool.
The movement on the innards of it doesn't look familiar, but
The flower in and of itself.
yes. Talia. Anything you'd like to do in this room?
Am I back to normal?
Yeah.
Okay. Any more voices?
No more voices.
Yeah, always. Is she aware that that wasn't really who she thought it was? Or am I still thinking that it's
You'd be becoming aware of that.
kind of deceived a little bit? Okay. I guess I would look around and, because I don't know how I got where we're at, I would look around to see if I notice anything. And then if I notice that flower, and I notice powder, I might do an action.
What's that?
Stabbing.
I might grow some wings and fly over to the flower.
Whoa, wait. No need necessarily.
To do what? To go over to the flower?
Grinning from Talia's back for the first time, you watch as two white angelic wings shed light upon the room.
What the fuck?
As these holy wings spread, just almost like an eagle, if you will.
A freegle.
A freegle,
freegle,
if
if you
some
will.
will.
Oh, well.
Shedding beautiful white light, piercing through the red that's coming from the other room and the blue that's being shown from the bottom. Your eyes begin to glow as well as you gain the ability to fly.
Talia.
They glow purple though. There's not one blue one anymore.
Hey, Talia. What you doing?
I've never seen this. I've never seen you do this before.
I know we all have our secrets, but this one I feel like we're gonna need some explaining.
Talia, just remember, we're all friends here.
Talia is very serious right now.
Are we?
And is thinking really hard about what's happening and is realizing what the images are and thinks she's probably in the right spot for where she needed to be and wants to see if she can see anything that might indicate where a certain crystal could be in the room.
There's no crystal in here, at least.
Crystal in there? Nothing?
Nothing at the bottom of the lake looks like what you're looking for.
Okay. And we don't know what happens when we do anything with the flowers if they're moving. The other flowers weren't, right?
Correct. Is the flower just in, like, right on top of the ice itself?
Yep.
Okay.
It's not like the Horton Here's a Who where it's like just precariously put on a specific.
Wasn't sure if there was, like, a small patch of, like,
Yeah.
Would you like me to come back to you?
Yeah, I'm thinking for a second. Go ahead and come back to me.
Takashi would like to grab a rock off the ground. A pretty hefty rock.
That's
not
such
like
a human thing to do.
not
Throw a rock at
like
it.
a small pebble or anything, but nothing too big. And he just wants to chuck it at the ice, see if it breaks
Sure.
or causes it to do anything.
Go ahead. As you throw it, roll me a strength check to see how far you get. Are you aiming for the flower or just kind of throwing it in?
aiming for the ice or the flower?
Honestly, I'm just kind of throwing
Yeah.
it in.
Go ahead.
You said a strength?
Yeah, just go ahead and roll me a straight d20 plus your strength.
If you roll a 1, you hit Talia.
Knock her out of the sky.
She can no longer fly.
I got a 21.
Oh, thank God.
21. You throw it as it kind of plops on top of the ice, almost like a slime, if you will. It kind of comes up with two hands and pulls it down into the lake, and it just disappears. As you look beneath the ice, almost looking at the top of the layer, you don't see the rock as it's sucked in.
It's an illusion.
So it's more of an acid.
It's an illusion.
Yeah, it's an illusion.
We need to throw something organic on
Powder.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Oh,
Is the thing behind? So we're blocked in. Like there's either acid lake or stone wall behind us.
there's Acid Lake, stone pathway up the way you came, but there's also another passageway that's open that's illuminating red
Oh yeah.
that you would presume takes you deeper.
Okay, so there's either up or there's down.
Yeah.
Can you take me higher?
I'm gonna call that one more time. Hey Talia, can you give us any insight at the very least so we know if we're going to die or what's
I
happening?
can't tell you if you're going to die or not.
She looked towards you in her angelic form for the first time and just talking normally to you.
Can you tell us what's going on? At least a little something?
We are witnessing history in real time.
Doesn't tell me much.
What do I call you?
Talia?
Tal-Eagle?
Call me Talia.
Tal-Eagle?
No, don't call me Tal-Eagle, please.
I'm calling her Tal-Eagle.
Talia, what's going on?
Question.
I know I look strange,
Yeah.
but I felt it was safe to take this form because of where we're at. And I think, and I do not expect any of you to follow me, but I'm going to go into the tunnel that is glowing red.
Real quick question. Since you can fly now,
Yes,
you think you can fly to that flower?
probably.
Would you be able to grab that real quick?
The one that's in the middle of the acid.
She can fly.
I
In the middle of the
grab
acid.
it. Why do we need to grab the flower?
It just, I don't know, it's moving, it's got black stuff
We
in the
need to
middle
leave
of
a
it.
coin for our friend Mordecai because we've seen the flower.
I grab a coin.
Do we see the need to grab the flower?
Oh, I thought he was going to say. we
The
should
flower
go.
grows where the portals open. That is a portal probably that we're going to go into.
That's a portal.
I would assume. I could be wrong.
So I can't get a sample of the portal per se.
I don't know. We'll have to go through it.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna take a vial and just kind of barely.
You're gonna stick your hand back in the.
I'm not sticking my hand in there. I'm gonna try to like fill up the vial with
Only a
it.
strength check.
God, why strength check?
Because I think you're going to have to pull back from whatever's going to grab you.
You guys are weak at.
Someone
Your
said
hands
we
are
go
off
in.
now. Okay.
I'm very sneaky.
Can I help him? Because I'm interested in that as well. I want him to get that.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
got
there's
your
no
strength
helping me.
modifier to it.
There's no helping me here.
Okay. Oh, it's a minus
I'm
one.
falling in the portal.
What's your roll?
Nat 1 minus 1.
Minus 2 because I helped him.
That's pretty bad.
I'm falling in.
Can Talia just grab him really quick? Okay.
You go and it.
She instinctively
Yeah.
snatches the rabbit.
Hand kind of comes up and goes to grab you and grabs your arm in the moment, almost leaving a burn mark
Alright, how much
as your
damage?
hair singes off, and it kind of takes the rest of your hair on your hand with it as you're pulled away by Talia as you were about to be pulled out. You're gonna start by taking
How?
Yeah, there we go.
a D10 of fire damage as the hair on your hand is singed off.
You said a D10.
A D10 of fire damage. Or,
So-
sorry,
so
10.
roll.
Sorry,
Oh,
10 fire damage.
That's a range of possibilities.
Sorry,
You
it wasn't a
choose.
D10, it was a
You
D12. I don't know why I
choose
said a
anyway.
D10. It was a D12 and it was a 10 damage.
Okay, I was gonna say, you can choose 1 through 10 up to you.
Talia is going to look at all of you and she's going to say, she's very firm on her decision. She's going to go through the hallway. It would be wise if 3 of you would allow me to bless you. You don't have to join me. Obviously, our journey can go into your eyes.
I will gladly take this
Walk it out.
blessing.
Kashi walks
You
up,
feel
picks
like
a
you
knee,
need-
just.
My lady, my liege.
I'll follow you into the scary light.
Okay.
Zendra just starts walking into the red.
Just
What's to
looking
be
at my hand.
blessed? I would also like to. Am I allowed to lay hands on him? Thank you.
Does my hair grow back or is it
No.
just...
No, but
Talia
it's not bleeding
reaches
bleeding
down
anymore.
to you. She takes your arm, and as she clasps her hands over your small arm, it's almost like a glowing purple aura. And she starts to pray a little bit. And she's just staring right at you and holding your arm. And poof, You're back to normal.
Boo boo.
Look at that.
Some could say touched by an angel.
Touched by the angel.
Okay.
I'll have what he's having.
That was like a hand. You're not missing any.
Your hair on your what was once bald hand grows back. A little stubbly. Shorter than the rest, but
I'm tempted to go. Alright, let's go in the light.
Takashi, you said you wanted to be blessed.
I do.
She takes a small amulet out from the side. She's still wearing all her regular garb. A small vial of holy water, and puts it on her finger, and then just touches you on the forehead with it, and you're blessed.
Can I be double blessed?
Of course. She grabs you by the face and smooches you right on the forehead. Double blessed. You're an old man. Come on. Come on.
I feel like I deserve to be double
It's not
blessed.
really double blessed. I can only bless up to 3 people one time.
Fine.
And I'm
It
already.
just makes him feel good. It gives him that confidence he needs.
Yeah.
You don't want the blessing? Zendra, you want blessing?
Zendra just started walking towards the road.
I'll
I was
take
gonna
the
say, we still
blessing.
gotta get around to what she's doing.
Alright.
Let's go.
We get around. Is there anything you want to do in this room?
You guys are all blessed. Minus you and you.
All my questions have been answered, so.
Perfect. Towards the red
Fly
light.
into that red light, baby. Doesn't even hesitate. Let's go.
We have enough time for
We got 25.
With the way we
You guys
die-
begin to follow Talia, and I guess closely behind Zendra. Towards this red pulsing light. Twisting and turning through multiple passageways, you then find yourself at the entrance of a cavern. As I'd say most of you walk, but she's probably levitating a foot off the ground as she's flying, flapping through.
That was so delicate.
As
Just
you
flapping through.
enter, the air carries a heavy weight of ancient knowledge. And the walls seem to whisper tales of forgotten civilizations. At the heart of the chamber, on a pedestal, upon which rests a single radiant crystal.
rock.
Unlike any beauty
Mineral.
you've ever laid your eyes upon, the crystal emits a deep crimson glow, casting an eerie aura that bathes the entire room in a dim, ominous light. The crystal pulsates with a rhythmic energy as it holds the essence of something ancient and something that feels powerful. Surrounding the pedestal are towering columns adorned with intricate carvings of mythical creatures and celestial beings, some looking familiar in books you might have read as kids, but some looking unfamiliar, that dance across the stones. Their forms are illuminated by this intense rhythmic red glow coming from this crystal, and runes of an ancient language line the walls. Their meaning, as you attempt to read, lost but to all.
Almost primordial.
Sure. That's the word. Talia, as you all enter in this cavern, I'm going to go ahead and let you begin. It's about probably 40 feet to the back wall. You got about 15 feet on your left, 15 feet on your right. It's a cave room, and there's no other tunnels that span from it. And there's about 4 pillars, 2 on each side of the walkway that almost leads up to this pedestal.
The very first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to tune out everything, and I'm going to cast Divine Sense. This action detects good and evil. It's until the end of my next turn. I can just sense anything that's affected by the spell and know the location of any celestial, fiend, or undead within 60 feet that is not behind total cover. Do I sense anything?
Check, check.
Jack, Jack.
I want to say you sense
Well, yeah, I know.
few-
Yes, you're.
You sense a familiar undead that
Okay,
stands
that's
next
fair.
to you, quivering in his boots.
Perfect. Yep, I can smell you probably
Wait, he
because
has
it's
boots
like
now?
I'm using my
I
senses.
have half a boot.
The familiar,
You
grimy
sense towards
smell.
the back left corner of the wall a lot of fiend.
Okay.
But over there you see almost a familiar, almost ruined portal, if you will.
In the back left corner,
Back left corner.
a ruined one or
A ruined, broken rubble, almost pile.
I can smell you.
Straight in front of you towards the crystal, you said celestial, fiend, fey, or undead.
Let me go back to it in my notes.
Fey, fiend, undead.
Celestial, fiend, or undead.
No,
Celestial
not
fiend or undead, no fae.
No Fae?
Fae.
Wow.
You sense
That's wild.
celestial.
Okay.
Almost rhythmically being sent out through the room, through the crystal.
Now, would this celestial being, because it's detecting good or evil, would I have a sense that this is a evil celestial being? Would it smell really burnt? Or would it give me soft, flowery notes?
Smells
And would
like
I know
salt.
it's a friend?
Where's right out of my mouth? It smells sulfuric
Yeah, okay, cool.
as it kind of hits your nostril.
Is that right?
Yeah, you should just get behind the stream. I mean, might as well.
Talia knows that that's what she's been looking for this whole time. That is that crystal that she has to obtain, and was not expecting to do it with 5 other people in tow. Let's see.
Is it a kyber crystal?
I would like to head towards it, but I would also like to do it very cautiously.
Sure.
I would like to remain flying as well.
Yeah.
And
Does anybody else follow in suit with her, or does anybody else have anything else?
I'm gonna look at the rocks.
I will follow suit.
Same.
Cool.
You've seen so many ancient rocks down here. It's unbelievable.
you have lots of knowledge of rocks.
Yes.
are also
You're gonna be able
familiar
to
to
spot an ancient rock from a mile
Wow.
away.
So you'll
All
tell
right?
me that I don't have to keep saying I look for rock.
Correct.
Okay.
I will tell. I'll give you a roll if
I
there's
feel
a
like
new
you'd be
looking
so
rock.
interested because that crystal is really shiny and pretty.
Yeah, but also at the same time, there's an angel going for it, and like, yeah, I can try to snatch it.
I know you follow suit closely behind her, obviously.
I follow less closely.
Kind of back. Okay.
Yeah, I'm like,
I want to be like walking beside her.
Sure.
I'll walk behind them.
Are you next to Takashi, or are you up front with the 3 of
I'll
them?
be up front.
I'm
Okay.
staying more towards like, the
Treyway.
door. Like
Yeah.
I just take a couple steps forward,
Sure. Yeah.
just to get
You
a
kind
better
of
view.
enter, and there's almost a stone stalagmite that sits right here. It goes about 10 feet. It almost goes about 5, 6, 7 feet high. That kind of, you're gonna have to go to the right to go around it, or the left to go around it.
I will proceed to the right.
Which way do the rest of you go?
I'll go to the right around it and just
Go to the
snap like right.
Yeah.
I'll go to the right around it.
The right, got it.
It only makes sense that you go left.
I'm just gonna take a direct pan.
As you're entering into the room, this stand, you have to go right or left of it. Here.
Wow.
Beautiful.
A battle map.
I didn't know this was gonna happen.
It looks.
Oh, it lights up! I love it.
It looks like a. Almost like a.
We're gonna say Talia's. Eventually, you're getting to the crystal, right?
That's my goal.
That's your goal. You're.
Also, Talia probably speaks out loud, not to any of you in particular, but the left smells dark as she goes to the right. The left smells very dark.
It looks like where? There?
The left. When I cast Divine Sense, it detected something
So,
fiendish in the left-hand corner.
You said you rounded right and kind of hung out like right here, kind of by the door.
If she's saying the left smells dark, I want to go left.
Perfect. Right about here. Or
Yeah.
right here.
Yeah. Right in front, yeah, right there. I'm looking left. Less than there's now.
After hearing her say that and watching Marrow still go left, I'm gonna stay with Marrow just to help him out if things get hairy.
Want to be deeper in or right up here?
I will take a step deeper in.
Always go deeper, brother.
Alrighty. My friend Havoc.
Oh, you called me Havoc, meaning we're in combat.
I wish I could tell you I was that good at my job. I'm not. I just called you Havoc. No.
I am going to go. Oh God. Here. I'm
Lonesome.
gonna
Checking out
just
some
watch
rocks.
the situation before I do anything.
Hey,
There's
nothing
rocks
wrong with
over there, you know.
There's Big Angel. I don't want to be backstabbed.
New nickname, Big Angel.
Big
The big angel.
As the three of you approach the crystal, you feel a faint thump of energy, if you will, coursing through the air. Raising the hairs on the back of your neck. I guess for you, the pebbles on the back of your neck. The room seems to resonate once again with that outer worldly presence that feels so tangible that sits on this pedestal. A sense of reverence almost washes over you in waves as it sends this out into the room. It's almost as if this is both a place of sanctuary and forewarning. A reminder to you, to some of you, of the delicate balance between light and shadow that exists within this world.
Hey guys,
As you go left or right, nothing happens.
what are you doing with the glowy crystal?
Talia's not going to respond to you.
Wonderful.
Only because she's so focused on what she's about to do.
Funny enough, as you guys get closer, it becomes harder
It's
to
hard to
hear.
hear because it's you can feel it.
So unless you're absolutely screaming at the top of your lungs, they don't hear you.
Alright, I'm just gonna sit back and watch the show.
He's gonna look at some rocks.
I'm gonna look at them rocks. Nice rock.
There's no sovereign god that is light and shadow.
Talia is how far away am I?
You are right up
I'm
on
right
it.
on it. I will take a moment and say that she is in awe of what she's looking at because she knows what she's looking at, and it's almost ironic that Talia is the one who is going to get this crystal, and she thinks in the back of her head if that was on purpose. Before I physically do anything, do I have any way of detecting anything around it? A ward? Something that might be triggered if I pick it up?
I'm gonna have you roll me 2 checks.
Okay.
First, you're gonna roll an Arcana for what you're asking me.
Okay.
And second, you're gonna roll a Perception with advantage for something I have not asked you.
The first one was a 10.
Okay.
Do you still want me to roll perception with advantage? Thank God it's with advantage. Yeah. 19.
Which would you like? You know what?
Well, it was a nat 20, but I haven't
Roll me a
minus one.
D4.
Just a random D4?
Oh, someone's
Yeah.
gonna die.
Say if that's ever a nat 20, say it.
Say it, because nat 20.
Doesn't matter about your negatives. Nat.
Oh, well, it was a nat 20.
Okay.
So roll a D4. 3.
That does change something.
Oh, okay.
Nat
Oops.
20, so
That's
usually
happened
no
before.
matter what.
Sorry, guys.
Nat 1 usually no matter what fan.
Unless you have a -1 and then your hand gets seared off and you nearly go to hell.
Thank God your guardian angel was there to catch you.
Yeah?
Guardian angel.
You look around initially.
Mhm.
There's no rooms, there's no traps. All the books
No
you've read
pressure
that
points.
lead to this moment don't speak of any. It is genuinely here for the taking.
Perf.
However, my first question would be, do you grab it? Because this would happen before what I'm about to describe to you would happen.
If she sees and she's got the history and she's researched it and there's nothing that's visible and she hasn't detected anything, then yeah, she's going to reach out and she's going to grab that crystal.
You grab it, and almost as it gets taken from the pedestal, the light still shines bright from it, but the kind of stops. You first don't see, but feel a shaking of the mountain above you happen.
Okay.
So much so, and affecting this room so much so, I need all of you to make me dexterity saves to see if you stay on your feet.
Oh my god.
I have advantage on dex saving.
Wait, do I have to make that if I'm flying?
You don't.
Okay.
I need to know what the
19.
19?
7.
7?
Oh, man. He's standing strong.
Yes.
what's the saving.
You're looking for an 18.
What does bless do?
You get a
Plus
plus 4. Roll a d4.
Plus D4.
Oh, yeah. Is it worth rolling a d4?
Is it 17?
What did you
18.
roll?
18.
I rolled a 9.
A
No,
9.
you
Wait,
wasted
6.
it.
You have
Never
a
mind.
+3. What is it, wasted? It's only a one time?
Yep, one time. You have it for an hour, I believe.
Yeah, no,
Sorry.
you wouldn't be able to.
Yeah, no, hold on. I have a 9, and then I also have lucky
3.
footwork.
So what's...
It would be 2d4 I could roll.
It's up to you, friend.
That's the team.
12 was it? You could.
I mean, the worst thing that's going to happen is you're going to fall,
You
right?
need you need 3
don't
on
know.
at least on both.
No, so I had 9, and then I would
Plus
have
3.
You got a 17.
plus 3, and then
Seven.
plus
I
3.
got 7.
Or single plus 3.
I got 21.
21?
What
Yes,
is
sir.
Yes. The man made of rocks and the samurai stand true.
You got a 9. Plus 3.
Yeah.
So you're at
Man,
No,
12.
I had 6 plus
bones.
3, which got me to a 9.
Oh,
That's
then you
not-
can only roll a
17
max
would
of
be
8,
max.
which would be a 17, so now you wouldn't be able to.
So regardless, you're missing.
Yep.
22? The rogue, the samurai, and the rock stand tall. As the two of our short friends kind of stumble. As you kind of fall to the ground. Hitting your
side of
head.
the
You don't take any damage, but you fall rather aggressively. Almost not as if the earth shook you there, but something else shook you there.
The Holy Spirit.
We wish it was the Holy Spirit. It's not.
Secondly, for those of you who have fallen, I don't need you to roll this. Secondly, I need the 3 of you, because you're in your own state here, dog. I need the 3 of
He's
you
floating.
to roll me a Constitution save.
Oh, brother. I got a 9.
9? A what?
Rocker, we should
13.
hold hands at one
What's
point. Brian.
the what's the save?
You're looking for an 18 again?
Okay. 18 on it.
18
brother.
on it?
No.
2. As she kind of takes her from the pedestal, you feel a... and something hits the both of you in the chest. And lastly, I guess for our last guy standing,
Again?
I need you to roll me a charisma saving throw.
What?
Do you want to hold my hand? We can try it. I'm still. My cantrip is guidance. I'm still blessing people.
I still have my bless.
You still? Oh, you do still have yours. Oh yeah.
I think
You're
you
good.
Charisma?
Isn't your charisma high?
It's my second highest.
Yeah.
Or my third highest, actually. It's not bad.
You, for this one, are only looking for a 14.
You got this. You got this. Get a king.
Talk about a Durley Shirley.
What'd you get?
18 plus 2.
18 plus 2, perfect. As you two are flung to the ground and hit the deck, you two are hit with a radiating red beam.
These two?
Yep. That kind of shoots out from the crystal. How fitting is it that you're the one left standing?
I feel like I'm in danger.
It's very fitting, I feel like.
As you have the crystal in your hand, the room is still emitting red light. You two attempt to react to what has just hit you, and you're stuck still. Almost moving at a millisecond of a speed, if you will.
Temporal.
The two of you go to get up from being knocked on the ground, and it's the same thing. You go to just immediately do your little bunny hop and get off the ground. He typically moves slow off the ground, but this is a little too slow for his liking. Almost feels like you're in death again, which almost bring haunting memories back for you, not being able to move from being knocked down
Marrow's face just turns to like
slowly.
a blank. Yeah, slowly, like just terrified.
Am I getting hit with the red light too, or is this just something else? Cool.
You take this little red guy into your hand. We'll put it in your possession down here.
Thank you. She's beautiful.
And as the two of you stand side by side, not even noticing what's happened with the two of your friends, your natural 20 perception check comes in, as you are not caught off guard at all. As you hear a voice come from the back. I didn't think you could do it, Princess. And standing right in the middle of the room, it's that old greatsword out. General Tullus is looking the two of you down the pipe. You kind of watch as his sword glows and a blue kind of combats the red for a second that sits in your hand. And you watch, is that little entryway there?
Mm-hmm. It closes. Of course it does.
He kind of stands here with his big old daunting buster sword, diamond buster sword, looking at all of you, or at the two of you.
It's crazy. Talia takes the little crystal and puts it into a safe spot into her many pockets. And then she slowly draws the sword from the back of her sheath and holds it and kind of knocks it against the side. And something sort of cracks on the hilt of it. And you watch as her sword lights up nice, shiny, bright blue, just like his.
Oh, motherfucker! Does mine do the same thing?
She points it, and she's just, I knew you knew who I was.
It's kind of hard. That's just if you don't know your legacy. Your birthright. I'm almost disappointed that you take them. She kind of looks around the room. There's something that your family's been honored with.
Your disappointment is not my problem.
He kind of looks at you and just... I understand when your father told me to come find you. He told me not to punish you. Hurt you. She kind of looks around the room again. But I think I can justify it with the sins of the many who sit here. Your family's legacy was this tomb. You knew that only those with your blood could enter. You were told to find it, not to take it.
Some things change. Maybe Father should have thought of that before he sent me out into the world to see what it's really like beyond the castle walls.
Understandable.
Is it? Because it seems like you might have already known that, General Tullus. You might have already been aware of how the world works and what you can do when you're in a position of power.
The sinners are but the dirt that we grow from. And our roots stand strong, Princess. She kind of looks to the left of you, looking towards Rothgar. I'll give you a chance of redemption. To come back home. Make your mother and father proud. Kill him.
Talia scoffs. Oh, General, you know better. Father always said I was too stubborn.
Takes the tie that has his big old wolf's cape on the back of it and kind of drops it to the ground. So he kind of takes a sword as it radiates a blue light. Yours radiating too, may I mind you. At this point, now that you've taken the disguise off of it. Almost trying to combat the red in your pocket and giving a nice little purple hue that kind of sits. And you're almost radiating through your cloth clothes. For our family. So he takes an offensive stance and kind of holds the sword towards you.
I And Talia she's still pointing her sword at him. And her grip tightens and she goes, "For my family."
Kind of smiles.
There's no smile on Talia's face.
I know where this is going. I'm looking at the camera because I know where this is going. Go ahead.
I
Sam.
guess we'll have to find out.
Yeah,
what happens.
there it is! Like clockwork!
In a few weeks, so we'll be off next week.
No,
That's
right.
Next week.
Sorry,
Yeah, we
guys, gotta buy a house.
That's it. Next session at Jack's new house.
Sure.
What's 30 more minutes of...
Oh, this is gonna take a lot longer than 30 minutes, baby.
We will see you all next week for the next episode of Adventures Archive. We appreciate you joining us. Bye now.
Bye.
Bye.